What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Sean, Stay Puff 1983, and I'm back with another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community. It's another Saturday, so it's another weekend to discuss comics and news and whatever comes to our mind, and also show new books. So today, I have with me my pal Big Will.
I am a community of one.
Community of one. So, what is going on, Big Will? I heard you got some new stuff.
Yeah, not too much. Although I just want to say that that's not trash. I picked up 1,000 bags and boards Wednesday at the shop.
Got a lot of bagging and boarding.
Yeah, I spend time putting a few hundred together every day. I like to put them together, the bags and boards, and then put them in a long box. That way, all I got to do is just grab it and put a book in it. I don't have to put it together right then. Do you do that?
No, I don't. I do it the normal way.
Well, why do it the normal way? That takes up time, and you're always out of a bag and not board, or a board and not a bag.
True. I don't know. I haven't changed up since in how long.
But yeah, I do that, and I always get the resealable bags.
Yeah, I do too.
Smart. But they have to be ordered, and my shop where they get them from had them on back order. So I've been waiting for like 4 weeks, and then Wednesday they finally came in. So I went to get my books on that Wednesday and pick up all my bags and boards.
Got Varangian first in the chat, and he says, "I am German. Every bag and board is counted for."
What's funny is I've noticed I always have more bags than I do boards. I've been noticing that the boards, I don't know if the bags have more than 100 or if the boards are shorting me or something, but I got about 30 or 40 out of 3 packs extra bags.
Yo, C Wood, you want to jump in, man? I sent the link.
Shoot, man, just put the link in the chat. You'll be able
I don't want to do that,
people.
Man. I don't want to do that. I don't trust the internet, man. I don't trust the internet, man. Some people do it, but I'm like, nah. I've seen too many horror stories on that. I was there when the Comic Corps got hacked, so.
Yeah. But anyway, have you checked out any of those Alex Ross timeless variants?
Man, I didn't even get to the shop. Man, I was gonna go today, but I didn't. And I know I got the Storm one coming in the mail because my shop sold out of it when I asked them about it.
Well, I took precautions and a while ago ordered. Alex Ross is my favorite.
Yeah.
So I ordered all of them. And I thought there were 25, but according to Bueller, he did a video and there's apparently 32 books that are going to have the timeless variant, and they're supposed to all be virgin covers.
So wait, was this past week the first wave?
5.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm missing 2 because they arrived damaged, so my shop's getting replacements. But what I did manage to get was the Iron Man. And
that's nice.
Beautiful. And I also picked up the Captain America.
Alex Ross is such a great artist.
Yes, he is. And then I also picked up the Hulk.
Nice.
So the others that I'm missing because they were damaged are Storm and Namor. Those are the other ones that came out.
I just get the 4 because I ain't no Namor fan, so he can kick rocks for all I care. or kick water.
Yeah, and then I have it I'm going to be sending it to get slabs, so I don't have it out that I can grab. But I also picked up Wolverine 5. I'm reading that story.
How
Actually,
was it after 5 issues?
it's pretty good, man. He's right now he's fighting like vampires, and apparently Omega Red is in league with the vampires, but we're not sure how that works exactly. And then I also picked up Batman 98 and Batman 99. And I'm collecting these, but I'm mainly just reading them, so I just get the regular A cover. But I will say, I don't know. Did you see my post of one of the panels in the 98?
Damn, I can't remember. I don't think I did.
Well, here I'll bring it up real quick. Made me laugh so hard. This is an actual panel in a comic book. Tell me when you're done reading that.
The fried circus back at the theater. Don't estimate what I can fit in.
Now, hold on, that ain't the funny part.
I call it a battery. Oh, you fucking don't. I said.
I call it a battery.
Yeah, a battery.
No, you're freaking though. That's
I'm looking
hilarious.
at it on Instagram. What's up, Fresh Princess? Yeah, the Storm cover is just amazing.
Well, the great thing is that they are. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is Batman Day. I didn't even remember till I was watching John this morning. But the great thing about these Alex Ross variants are they're standard books. They're not like super, low print ratios or anything like that. So if your shop's out, just tell them to order you some. And if that doesn't work, just go to eBay and you could probably find one for around cover price, because the standard Virgin cover of the Timeless variant that I just showed you is just like a regular variant. It's not anything super expensive, so anybody can get one.
Yeah, I ordered all 3 of them because I like all 3 covers. Plus, Storm is one of my faves, so I just had to snatch them all. I'll probably read the story, but I did watch some of New Comic Book Day book club with John and Whitewell, and they said it wasn't all that, but I'm still gonna give it a read.
What?
The giant size X-Men Storm.
Oh, they actually read it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did a video on Wednesday night.
I don't care about reading X-Men. I just want the Alex Ross cover.
Yeah, but because it is X-Men, and even though I've been out of the loop with X-Men for a long time, I'll still give it a read because it's Storm. I want to see what she's even up to.
Kind of like me with Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine. Like I did not get Wolverine #1. The shop sold out real quick, and I wasn't like in a rush to try and find it. I was like, oh well, I'll just get the trade. It don't really bother me because when it comes to Marvel, I just I'm inconsistent with Marvel and their new stuff. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. I'm not as into Marvel as I once was when I was younger. So Marvel is a bit more missed than hit for me.
Well, you want a copy?
Wolverine 1?
Yeah, I got a second print.
I mean, I forgot you had multiple copies of Wolverine 1, didn't you?
Well, not anymore. I've weeded through them, but I do have a second print lying in the box there, and I have the standard A cover graded, and I've got another one getting graded at the moment.
Sweet. Well, thanks, Fresh Princess. Appreciate that.
So anyway, you want
one? Since you're offering it to me and with such great friends, I'll take one. I mean, I'm not gonna pass it up, but Well,
Well,
thanks
I mean,
for
it's not like it's valuable or anything. I mean, if you just want
Yeah.
to read it and check it out, I mean,
yeah, because it's been a long time since I've remembered the episode they did on Wolverine. John and Whitewell. So
well,
I'll
they
definitely
did
give it a
that with
read.
me.
Yeah,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
what's going on,
Hey.
Carson?
Just got back from a comic shop myself, so figured I'd drop by and say hi and show off some of the goodies I got. Even though it's Batman Day, so happy Batman Day, I guess. But I didn't buy a single Batman anything today, so I don't even know what was supposed to be a part of it. But yeah, I got some original art and stuff. But shout out
Nice original art.
because he let me know about all these Walmart packs. So I went and got some Walmart packs today too. So I got these
Oh yeah,
and
I've
I'm
got-
25. So I got one for myself, and I'm gonna have a giveaway coming up on my channel soon. So I grabbed the second one. So I'll probably be giving this away as
yeah,
part of
I
that.
gotta swing by my Walmart see if they have them.
And then I got the Wonder Woman 84. They didn't have the Thor 4 or whatever in the other one. They didn't have that one, but they had these three. So I
Yeah,
figured
I
those
got
are
a-
pretty good purchases.
I got a few of the Wonder Woman 84 things, but
Nice.
I bought them to flip, but I didn't read properly, and they're actually not going for much.
Yeah.
But
I figured it was
apparently
covered.
they're going to release that exact issue with just a different barcode the 30th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured they'd eventually try something like that. And then, of course, you guys were just talking about these. I was going to try to stay away from these, but I finally saw them in person. But I at
Yeah.
least picked out these two. I thought they were the two best
Yeah,
so far.
Give us a close up on the Storm. I didn't get to show that one.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think the Storm might be my favorite one so far. Just thought that was awesome. And then, of course, he's been drawing a lot of Hulk lately. But I really like this Hulk cover. Just nice and simple. It's like that old school, like almost bowl cut Hulk. So I really enjoyed that. And then got my pieces of original art. I got one in the mail, and actually, I got a book sketch today at the shop. So that's something I haven't gotten like all year. But here's that Armando Ramirez piece I was telling you about last week.
Awesome.
So I got this Casey Jones. Very happy with that. So I just gotta find a spot on my wall eventually for this bad boy. But yeah, I was very happy with this. He's really easy to communicate with. He had a deal going on like a Facebook sketch group, so I just took full advantage. But yeah, I was just traveling around about an hour away from where I live, and I was like, I wonder if like there's anything going on for Batman Day. So I went to this one shop, and creator, some people may have heard of him. His name's Guy Gilchrist. He was the cartoonist for Jim Henson. He was there at the shop today. He's just touring around shops, sketching and doing autographs and stuff like that. And he not only does he have a background like Muppet Babies and the Muppets and stuff, he did some turtle work back in the day. So usually when he does prints and stuff like that, he heavily promotes that, he could draw turtles. So I was going through what he had in his book. I'm just like, well, I got enough turtles on the wall and in my book. I got a shredder in my book. I wouldn't mind a Krang. So he actually went ahead and did this full body Krang for me.
Oh man, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I was extremely happy with this. Did not expect to get a sketch in my book the entire year, but I happened to, catch one that he was going to be there through the book in my car, and I pretty much was just talking to him for a whole hour while he was sketching this. So, really cool guy and an awesome experience. So I'm extremely happy to get a sketch in my book, and of course, get a chance to meet Guy Gilchrist and get to know him a little bit. I mean, it was a blast just going to that shop. So
that was awesome, bro. That's amazing that you can go to the shop and get a sketch.
I know.
Yeah.
Happy. Yeah.
Man, neither one of the shops in my area have ever had anyone sign
Oh, wow.
in like the past almost 20 years that I've known their existence.
Yeah, very rarely the shop that's 15 minutes away from me. They get creator by the name of Nate Powell around here because he's from this area. He'll go sign at that shop maybe like once a year. But yeah, the one that's like an hour north of me, they do like I'm trying to think, it was like Free Comic Book Day, obviously last year, not this year because of COVID. They had like multiple creators there. It was almost like a mini con in their store. And I didn't have my book on me that day, but I wish I would have.
Well, I don't understand why a shop wouldn't at least try to get someone at least once a year.
Exactly, yeah. Especially around like, Free Comic Book Day, May time. But yeah, I mean, hopefully things are getting more back to normal, or the point that in a lot of these shops, especially now, they could use that little boost of.
But I don't know about you guys, but around here, we're 100% back to normal, aside from the fact that you got to wear a mask in the business.
I would say we're pretty close to that around here, too.
I can't say the same for Florida, even though it hasn't been spiking as much. But, as long as people wear their masks, you still got people out there walking around with no mask, in areas with people. So it's like,
man, what gets me so mad is when I see someone, I'm having to wear a mask, and I hate it, especially if you wear glasses. It fogs up like crazy. And I see people in there, and they're like,
yep.
It drives me crazy. It's like over the nose, or there's no point in wearing it. You might as well just be going in front of everyone's face.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's as big a deal as they say, but good Lord, if you're going to wear a mask, at least wear it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I work in a public place, so I'm pretty sure I just get breathed on like 10 times daily, every day.
I feel sorry for you. You probably see the refuse of the human gene pool a lot more.
To put it nicely, yes, absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, I was having to wait for these two girls to get through with their the automatic scanner thing, or the one where you don't have to have an actual person there at checkout.
Yeah.
In order to go and look at where they have the comics in the Walmart packs and stuff. And I'm sitting there, just waiting on them, and they're both, their mask is right there, nose is open. I want to scream at them because I'm having to fog up my glasses. I can barely see with my mask.
Crazy, man. I wear my mask all the time going into any area. That's pretty much what we're conditioned to do, with this whole pandemic. So I make sure I got multiple masks in my car, and I wash them usually every 2 days.
What kind of mask do you guys wear? I find that the Gator is the most comfortable and the least hindering on my vision with the fog.
The one I wear like the Miles Morales mask that my comic shop made, and it's perfectly usable because your face is covered, but it has a little opening, so it's not your nose ain't constantly being pressed up by a mask, and you have that little breathing space in it.
Yeah, for me at my work, they provide masks, luckily, and they start providing the cloth ones. And they have these ones that, like, how most of them have like the ear straps that like pull on your ears. Luckily, there's like 2 straps on this that go around your head. So I just have a cloth mask that I wear because I have these big, goofy clown ears, and they're really annoying on the masks. So luckily, I have like the 2 strap mask that is a lot more comfortable for me.
Yeah, I use the work provided ones for work, and then the creative one that I brought from my comic shop when I go out elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
hopefully soon we won't have to wear them no more.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. So we have the 2 major news pieces that I want to go over, and that is, the first was the casting of our She-Hulk for the new She-Hulk series on the Marvel Disney Plus show, and then it's Tatiana Maslany, from Orphan Black. I know Will has an opinion on that, so we'll come back to him later. But I thought it was a pretty good casting. I mean, of course, she's mainly going to be portrayed as Jennifer Walters, and when she becomes She-Hulk, it's going to be CGI, just like Mark Ruffalo and the Hulk in the movies. So people talk about, she's not big enough to be She-Hulk. I'm like, she ain't got to be big. She's she's going to portray Jennifer Walters, and then when she becomes She-Hulk, they'll use CGI and all that. So to me, I thought it was a decent casting. You know, I'm not a big fan of Orphan Black. I didn't really watch it as much. I've seen a few episodes. Wasn't for me, but from what I've seen of her, she was pretty good. So we'll see how it goes with her as She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. Carson, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar with her work too much. So all I know is I saw on Twitter Dan Slott was heavily endorsing her and, you know, that casting. And he actually wrote She-Hulk in the past. So I think if he endorses it, that goes pretty far in my opinion. But a little disappointed Alison Brie didn't get it. Like I heard early on that they were looking for an Alison Brie type actress. And she actually got on social media and she's like, I'm right here, guys. Hi, that sounds like a cool job. I'll take it if you want it. And it just, for some reason, never came to fruition. So, you know, and then like you said, too, I mean, obviously she's a tiny actress, but the CG, like they would do the same thing that they did with the Ruffalo Hulk for sure.
Cool. So, Big Will.
I've never seen Orphan Black, but I don't know from experience how good this girl is. But I have nothing against her. She seems like she would do a fine job. But I'm sort of disappointed. I still would like to have seen Angie Harmon take a crack at it. You know, she's a little bit older, but I mean, Mark Ruffalo's 52. Angie Harmon's, I think, 48, but she still looks great. She was a model. And back in the day when they were first doing the Hulk movies, like his solo movies, she was campaigning to be She-Hulk. I mean, she even posed and did herself up, kind of like the She-Hulk there, where she found a good crack in the pavement, you know, and she posed herself. And this is what she looks like. That's Angie Harmon. And she also has a deeper, gravelier voice. I mean, she seems to me like she could definitely do a She-Hulk well. And if she's the cousin of Bruce Banner, it makes sense that she's closer to his age. This other girl, I think she's like 34. So, I mean, she's probably going to be fine. But I really would have liked them to still try out Angie Harmon and see what she can do. And she's a good actress. You might remember her from Rizzoli and Isles and Law and Order.
Interesting. It's funny that, you know, both of you mentioned these actresses that actually wanted to portray She-Hulk. You know, Marvel mentioned this name and she's like, hey, I'm right here. And then, you know, she wanted to portray She-Hulk and they gave them no mind and said, we're going to just cast who we feel is appropriate for She-Hulk. So it's funny that, you know, you have women out there that want to portray She-Hulk because She-Hulk is a fairly popular character. She's one of, you know, Marvel's favorite female characters. You know, mine, I like her too. And, you know, for them to just kind of ignore those two to just continue to go with what they wanted to do, kind of a shame.
Well, you also got to remember, though, sometimes it might backfire on you because Olivia Wilde loves comics and really wanted to play Psylocke. And it's because of her that Psylocke still had the purple costume. But when we actually got to see her, you know, she didn't want to just be, you know, sex appeal. But that wound up being all she was, and she was barely in that X-Men movie.
Yeah, she had like what 4 lines of dialogue, probably was it, because she barely act.
Oh, Storm didn't have as much time in that movie as well.
And that was a better version of Storm, I thought. I
loved that version. She had the mohawk and everything. It was cool, man.
It was slightly better, but it wasn't great, at least for me.
Well, you didn't really get much to judge it on. It's like, you asked me, how do you think Jared Leto did as the Joker? Well, I'll tell you, not very well, but at the same time, I didn't get to see enough of him to honestly make an opinion. You know?
We got like a tiny fraction of Jared Leto as the Joker. You know,
Yeah.
I
So
felt like
same-
we got at least more of Storm and X-Men Apocalypse than we ever got of him as Joker. Like he
True,
was like
but-
a blink and you miss type moment.
Yeah. But still, there wasn't near as much as there could have been, and you talking Psylocke, even less.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, I mean, unless you go Marvel's route of letting them be in other movies and have a slow build to a crescendo, it's hard to really give all these X characters
Mm-hmm.
a good spotlight because there's just so many of them.
The
Yeah.
one who should have got so much more. Well, there's two that should have got so much more spotlight, and that's Kelsey Grammer's Beast, and then who's the guy who played Nightcrawler in X-Men 2? Like that guy.
Oh man,
He
I
would've
don't
been
even
so
know
good.
why they didn't bring him back in the third movie. That was
I
such
don't
a
think he
big
wanted
disappointment.
to.
But
But
still,
it-
that was such a
ugh.
big disappointment that he ain't come back for the third movie.
Absolutely.
Probably he saw the script and saw it was trash, so he's like, "Let me get the hell out of here." Miss Hustle.
Oh, dude. He is an amazing actor. That's who played him. Alan Cumming.
Alan Cumming, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. He's invincible. Or Goldeneye.
Yeah.
I have not seen
That's
Miss
great.
Hustle in the YouTube world in forever. She was the one that motivated me to do YouTube. Her and Jeffrey Comic Con. So it's great to
Miss
see you in the
Hustle
chat.
is one of the best. It's awesome
Yes.
seeing Miss Hustle in the chat.
Awesome. So that's our thoughts on She-Hulk. The other big casting news, which was made early in the week, is that Jonathan Majors has been casted to play Kang the Conqueror. Kang the Conqueror will make his debut in Ant-Man 3. This was the bigger news for me because it's like this is now Marvel going forward with another major villain, starting him off in Ant-Man 3 and probably growing him to become that major villain in the next Avengers movie, possibly. So, what are your thoughts on Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror and Kang the Conqueror going forward in the MCU? Whoever wants to go first.
That first person.
Oh, yeah, I can go first. I don't know too much about the actor for this, but I think, Kang is a good next big villain to start pumping up and hyping up, obviously. I think a lot of people saw it coming from a mile away. And I also think, I'm not a huge speculator like a lot of people, but if I was a speculator, I'd still be going off those Young Avengers books because that's where the whole Iron Lad storyline came in, where, spoilers, he basically is Kang the Conqueror. And him debuting in Iron Man 3, like, well, hey, Scott Lang's daughter is one of the Young Avengers. Maybe they're going to start that slow build from there, or who knows. But I feel like there's a lot of seeds being planted for bringing in the Young Avengers that a lot of people have been hyping up throughout the years. So excited for Kang, but if they started working in some of those characters I like from those arcs of Young Avengers, I'd be very excited for that as well.
Sweet.
Yeah. I personally couldn't care less who plays Kang as long as they do a good job. That's what I care about. But there's no one I have in mind. I just, since he happens to be black, though, I hope they don't paint him blue. Maybe have like some special eyes or something, but don't do the whole blue Kang face.
Well, it'd be interesting if they actually, as they go further on with the character, Immortus, which is the earlier version of Kang before he became Blueface and all that, he can portray that in his normal skin tone.
Yeah, and I think that that also relieves some of the pressure now that we know they're going the Kang route for people who are speculating on Franklin Richards and Annihilus or the FF stuff like Galactus, because now we know we're going this route. So if you haven't already got your Avengers 8, sorry. But that lets us know to focus elsewhere. And that I like.
I'm excited for it because Jonathan Majors is a pretty good actor. He was pretty. I enjoyed The Five Bloods, and he was in that. And of course, people are saying he's doing a great job in Lovecraft Country, which I still have to check out. But I'm excited for it. I mean, Kang the Conqueror is one of the top villains in the Marvel Universe. You know, especially when it comes to dealing with the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. You know, he's dealt with pretty much all the heroes, but it's mainly been those two groups. And of course, you also add in the element of time travel, and we just saw time travel in the Endgame. So now with Kang, time traveling is coming back because he is a time traveler. He uses it to his advantages, and that's why he has multiple characters within time eras. You know, he tends to have a dominating presence in different eras of history. So
Yeah.
I think it would be an interesting utilization of that character going forward, especially with him debuting in Ant-Man 3 and the whole thing with the quantum realm and that time travel aspect. So that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. And I like how Fresh Princess is talking. If they do America Chavez, you'll have Latin and LGBTQ plus representation. I like how I hate forced representation, but I love when they do it naturally. That's why I'm okay with the fact that we have Kang and he's black. Why not? They haven't set up the FF yet, so there's no way that we know that Kang is related to Reed Richards. They don't even have to be related now because we haven't even put in the FF, and it's just, hey, here's a guy. That's all he is a guy, and his name's Kang. I love that, and I hope when we start seeing these other characters, they'll do it naturally, like all new Wolverine was. You know how a lot of people didn't like the Riri Williams Ironheart because it was just a hard change, but then all new Wolverine people love that story because it was natural. It was the character had been around.
Yeah,
Wolverine had died, and she took over the mantle. Didn't just kick someone out and change stuff. It was very natural, and I think it worked really well. And I hope we have Laura Kinney before we have Logan, because I think that would be better, especially because Hugh Jackman is Wolverine in all our minds still. So I just hope they're careful and do all this stuff the natural way, and when they can make a change, just do it. Like you remember Fan Four Stick, that horrible movie?
Ugh.
They had Johnny Storm. They made him black, which is perfectly fine. But they also made him have an adoptive sister in Sue, and that changes the whole dynamic of the family. I think it would have been better if she had also been black and they had been brother and sister, and then you could have Reed Richards come in. It doesn't matter what color, he could be polka dot for all I care. It wouldn't matter, and it would just be natural and resemble the world that we live in.
Well
Yep.
said.
And I agree with you on the whole representation, because when you brought up X-23 as all new Wolverine, we had years of stories with her. We became accustomed to her as being the future Wolverine, whereas Riri, as much as she's a good character, they created her with the intention of becoming Iron Man within that same year. And that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including myself, because I was like, this character was just made to replace Tony Stark. And I was like, we don't even have like at least 5 years with her. So when you do it the right way, you have years and years of buildup of these characters and getting to know them, when they actually replace a legacy character, they actually fit in better as that character.
Like how we got Jane Foster as Thor in the comics. That worked a lot better than the Riri situation did. And they're kind of doing it in the movie as well. We had 3 great movies with Thor. Now we're going to have Jane Foster come in, and we're still going to have Thor most likely in the Guardians side of things. So, I mean, there's a lot of new stories that can be made there.
Awesome.
I just remember back in the day, I think who would you say, like, character-wise is the most responsible for, like, this movement we've had at Marvel of kind of like making these newer versions of characters? So would you say it's like probably like Miles Morales from the Ultimate side of things, and then they worked in Kamala Khan after that, or am I missing somebody before that?
I think Miles was the start because they said, "Hey, look, he's new. He's, biracial. He's, let's try this." And instead of doing it naturally and having 100 some odd issues like Bendis did before he did all that I think they just went and did it like, do it now, stuff it in there.
Yeah, I remember I was on and off reading Ultimate Spider-Man at that point. I mean, I think it ran 160 issues of Peter Parker as Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe, and I just couldn't believe it. It's like they're really killing him off and bringing in a new Spider-Man. I just could not believe that. But now it's like, talk about just a ballsy move by Bendis, but it worked. So I definitely always respect him for that.
Oh, yeah. But it was a lot better than the way they do it now, whereas if they were to do something like that now, it would be 7.5 issues. It takes him, then he's dead, and it takes another 10 issues to finally kill him off completely, and then they'd have a brand new character that you've never seen before.
Yep.
I think of, Kyle Rayner. He was created Green Lantern 48. Hal Jordan turns bad in issue 50, and Kyle becomes the new Green Lantern in issue 51. So that was like 4 issues of a new character already being promoted to Green Lantern. And it's like, that's why that whole storyline was so rushed, because they just wanted to put that new Lantern out there quickly, and they felt like Hal Jordan was past his time and stuff. They wanted to put out a new Lantern, but they did it in such a rush job. But fortunately, they had a good writer in Ron Mars who was actually able to pick up the mantle of him becoming the Green Lantern and going forward and telling good stories.
But that also made a bit of sense, because why was he the new Green Lantern? They needed someone quick because the other one went insane.
Yeah.
So you're right about it being rushed, but it made more sense that it was rushed. And he's also not a carbon copy or just a young version for the sake of being different. He's a whole completely different person. You'll have blocky, gloves and mitts and stuff with Hal Jordan, where you got these fantastical machinations with Kyle Rayner because he's an artist. It's a completely different way of looking at the world.
Yeah, I always thought it was kind of cool back in the day how they picked Kyle, because it showed how bad a shape the Green Lantern Corps was really in, and even the Guardians in the universe, that they're that desperate that Ganthet will pick this starving artist, Kyle Rayner, to be his new Green Lantern because he has nowhere else he can go. So I always thought that was kind of cool, even though like the person who got traded the worst in that one was Hal Jordan, of course. He literally went insane.
Yeah, they pissed off a lot of Hal Jordan's fans with that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's something the DC was doing a lot after, they killed off Barry Allen in Crisis and they found success in Wally Westler. It's like, all right, what else can we do? Like, well, what if we kill off Superman, bring in 4 versions of Superman? And then it was just, they went down the line with everybody. Wonder Woman had Artemis, Green Arrow, Connor Hawk, Batman, Azrael, so on and so forth. They literally went through and did it with everybody.
I just keep going back to Laura Kinney being like the perfect example of how to do it right.
Oh, absolutely.
Her character was like created in 2004 or so. And then we had her
Evolution cartoon as well.
Oh, yeah. She started in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Then it was like 2004 in the books. Then we had her whole storyline. Then we figured out how she was kin to Wolverine. Then Wolverine died. And then after a little while of him being dead, she took over the I just keep going back to it because that to me is the perfect way of how to do it. I don't know of anyone that was angry that she was the new Wolverine. They were just sad that Wolverine was still dead, like I was, and I'm so glad he's back.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, Will, because I know you're a huge Wolverine fan, but especially at that point in time where they decided to, take a break from Wolverine, he was so overutilized in every Marvel comic. I think it was time just to put a break for a bit.
That was my turn off with Wolverine, especially in the 2000s when they had him join the Avengers. And next thing you know, he's on every freaking team in the Marvel Universe. And I'm like, I'm tired of Wolverine now. I went from loving Wolverine to being oversaturated Wolverine, and I was like, let me.
Yeah.
After they kept relaunching his book, I was like, man, I'm done.
Man, I'll never be tired of Wolverine because I'm a huge fan. But after I don't care what you say, it's the second volume, even though everyone calls it the third volume, because the first volume was a mini limited series. So the second volume of the ongoing series, to me, was when it finally ended, and then he was just sporadic in other books. Even though they started his title again, it didn't last, what, like 10 issues at the most?
Which one?
Which,
The one that started with Greg Rucka? That was the third volume, if you really look at it. If you count the miniseries and then the second volume, which is 189 issues, the third volume, which started with Greg Rucka.
Yeah, I'm saying you shouldn't say that's the third volume because the first one was a limited series. So volume 1 of an ongoing would be the one from 88. That was 189 issues. And then the next one would be volume 2. For some reason, people keep saying it's volume 3, but I'm like, but the first volume wasn't the volume. It was a limited series.
So that would be the Greg Rucka, Mark Millar, Jason Aaron stuff, right?
Yeah, the one where he was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., which was a great story.
Yeah, that's some good stuff in that run, for sure.
Yeah, that run to me was the last real run, and then we have
I agree.
The one now. And then the all-new Wolverine was an excellent run by Tom Taylor.
I still occasionally call the miniseries the first volume, but that's just me.
I have something to say about that, Fresh Princess. You can overuse Wolverine, and at that point, you know, in the 2010, 11, 12, he was way overused. But you cannot overuse Deadpool. He is designed to be that way. And I stand by that. I don't think you can go too wild and too crazy with Deadpool because he's Deadpool. I just don't think he can ever be oversaturated because he's designed to be.
You can't get enough more Deadpool, huh? You gotta do Deadpool versus the whole world.
I think they have.
Yeah, I think they did it twice, actually.
Man, like I said, when it comes to Wolverine, he's one of my favorites, but I just kind of tuned out on him by the 2000s, by the end of the 2000s. I still love him. I just, Marvel in general was just, I was getting sour with their product, what they was putting out.
Yeah. But I stopped getting Deadpool a long time ago. But I do love Deadpool, and yes, I agree with that. Daniel Way was the last great run. His 4 volumes and trades, if you get those and just read that all the way through, it's great Deadpool. Hilarious.
It's Gwenpool.
Yeah, I just put in the chat. I like the Jerry Duggan stuff too, especially when he had Brian Posehn on there with him. I at least like that first arc quite a bit that they did. But the Daniel Way stuff was pretty good too.
Yep, X-Men, they like to drain our pockets with all them X-books. What's up, Disney and comics?
Yeah, I only care about one X-Man, and that's Wolverine. And to me, he's not much of an X-Man. He's just happens to be a part of that team because he happens to be a mutant. But to me, John's Comics with Kids would disagree with me on this, but I think Wolverine's better on his own or with maybe a couple supporting characters. That way he can just be Wolverine,
Yeah, I agree.
His best costume is a wife beater and jeans.
Actually, I did really enjoy the Wolverine in the X-Men run where he gets to run the school for a while. I did enjoy that one too. Just something different for him, at least.
I like the Deadpool more in Uncanny X-Force that Rick Remender did, with Wolverine, and I always loved that Deadpool suit that he wore.
Yeah, I like I said, his best costume is a wife beater and jeans. But if you go down that tier, Wolverine's best costume to me is the brown one, the the brown and dark brown that he used in like the mid to late 80s.
Yeah, I always liked that costume. The yellow one, which he started out with, it was good, but the brown ones just kind of made him look more feral.
Yeah.
They're kind of like you pair them up with Sabretooth, and they have that same color scheme.
Now the Fang costume was horrible, though. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but he had a Fang costume where he went by Fang, and it had like skulls as a necklace and whatnot. And
I probably blocked that from my mind.
You probably did. And then the X-Force costume that's silver and black looks pretty good too.
I like that one, yeah.
I still prefer the brown one or just white bitter jeans.
Yeah, Wolverine was that dude back in the day, man. Everybody loved Wolverine. Like when you first watched the X-Men cartoon, he was the one that stood out. Like when he punched Cyclops in the gut for leaving Morph behind, I was like, yeah, he did that to that pansy ass leader. You know, I never liked the Cyclops.
Do you remember? Do you remember the episode where they're all playing basketball and Wolverine's in like shorty shorts?
Yeah,
like
well, that was with Gambit and Jubilee.
Hair everywhere. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, there you go.
I remember when Wolverine got his animate. Well, I think it was issue 100 when Genesis tried to put the animator back into him, and he pushed it back out, and then Wolverine had this little deformed, animalistic look with a small face, and hair so wild. I did not like that Wolverine at all.
I blocked that Wolverine out of my mind. I do.
I did not like that Wolverine.
The best overall looking Wolverine is the one at the end of his main series in issues like I think like 180 through 189.
Was that Sean Chen's artwork?
Yeah, I think that was Sean Chen. Yeah,
those covers.
Yeah, the covers were great too. The Solid Ribbit covers. But yeah, there it is. No nose Wolverine.
They had like that bandana. Yeah, we got that one. What, the Onslaught era?
Yeah, that was the Onslaught.
Yeah,
I hated that Wolverine. I couldn't wait for them to go back to the original design because I hated that.
Impractical. I mean,
and that's when he was
as it is, but
and that was when he hooked up with Elektra for a few issues.
I think you're right. Yeah,
that didn't last too long.
Again.
I know. I was supposed to do an X-Men show one of these days. You know, just going through my X-Men collection and talking about my favorite X-Men stories and stuff like that. One of these days, I'm gonna do it. But
yeah, where do you even start? I mean, I almost just thought about like doing something similar, just starting at X-Men or Giant Size and then X-Men 94 and just working my way forward because I keep accumulating these. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get them all and read them, but then I still need to get them all and then read them.
I got the omnibuses. And I swear to God, man, I read the first one. I didn't go back to read the second one because I love Chris Claremont, but sometimes his writing style irks me a bit. You know, with the amount of dialogue he uses and so many narration boxes.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one now. Oof.
Yeah, that's the Fang costume. I agree.
Oh man.
I just remember I love new X-Men so much, but the way the last panel ends is so terrible. It's like basically just Cyclops and Emma making out over Jean Grey's grave. I'm just like, what a terrible ending.
I don't even know what they were thinking with that.
Yeah.
I will say that I never liked the Cyclops, but I did like the more militant approach he took, you know, after the whole House of M and stuff. And that I remember when even Magneto was like, wow, this is a different Scott Summers than I know of, you know, and Scott he started doing. Oh my God,
Woo.
Jesus Christ, get that out of my face, man.
Yeah, there was a really cool era of X-Men right there too that a lot of people kind of always glaze over or look past, where it was around Schism time, and that's why I was talking about that Wolverine the X-Men earlier, where you had that and it all stems from that X-Force book too that Craig Kyle and Chris Yost did, where the Cyclops had commissioned X-Force to go take care of these threats before they were threats. And the story of that is Wolverine kind of increasingly getting more angry with Cyclops because he's sending them on these assassination missions, but his makeshift daughter X-23 has also been thrown on the team, and he doesn't want X-23 to be turned into him. So you have this dynamic between those two, and then of course the schism forming there between Cyclops and Wolverine. There's just a lot of stuff that's going on. It's really cool within like 30 issues of the comic book.
Yeah, and I remember that first issue of the X-Force with Wolverine-led team, where Cyclops was telling him about what he planned on doing. And I remember Wolverine punching him solid in the face, and then Cyclops, he took it, no sold it, and he said, I still want you to do this.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, Cyclops, he manning up here. He ain't letting Wolverine, always get on him like he used to. I was like, this is different Cyclops than what I'm used to.
Yeah. So what's your favorite Cyclops costume?
Jim Lee one. That's my favorite, man. The Jim Lee design from X-Men 1. The one that was used in the animated series.
You sure that's not your childhood talking?
It's still my favorite design.
I think the X Factor or the one where it's just like a red X.
Okay.
Either one of those look better to me.
I kind of enjoy just the simple John Cassaday one from the Astonishing run when they brought back the costumes. I thought that one was pretty good.
Oh, it's a nostalgia trip for me. The Jim Lee design is always there. That's the one I've seen the most growing up.
Right. Same here.
Yeah, that Kid Apocalypse storyline and that X-Force run. Man, I need to reread Uncanny X-Force because I really loved that storyline.
Yeah, that was a good
Kid Apocalypse and stuff. I remember being because Uncanny X-Force sped off into Uncanny Avengers because Rick Remender continued some of his story beats there with the Apocalypse kids and all that stuff.
Yeah. And
then, I kind of fell off after all that, when they did that Axis storyline, and that shit was horrible.
I was done by then too. Yeah. I think we were in the same spot where we left that book.
Yeah, I after Axis, I was done. I was done with X-Men.
I think there was like Axis and like Age of Ultron going on at the same time. So like by the time you got to those two together, like the spinoffs were just you got more spinoffs than you did actual main storyline. It was just
and you could tell that after that, Rick Remender was like, "This ain't what I really wanted." And that's why he kind of moved on and did his independent work because at the same time he was doing the Sam Wilson Captain America.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He had like 5 books going because I think Black Science was going on at that time. And then, what's the other one I always forget? Like 7 to Eternity was probably right around the corner too.
Deadly Class.
Deadly Class. Yeah, same.
Yeah, so he was definitely going to move back towards the indies and do stuff for Image Comics. I can't remember, like, I don't think he's done something for Marvel in a long time since that run.
Yeah, and then Rob Worth pointed out Fear Agents as well.
Yeah, that's another book that I ain't read in a long time.
Oh, and then, like one of his best for Marvel, Agent Venom. Yeah, absolutely. That was a great run.
Because I'm not the biggest Venom fan, I didn't read none of those Venom storylines.
Yeah, I'm not a big Venom guy either, but the Agent Venom is actually pretty good. It's the Flash Thompson Soldier Venom, where he had his like legs blown off, but the only way he can be a soldier again is through the Venom symbiote, and that's where the story gets pretty interesting.
Ace Animation.
Yeah, I haven't read any Venom like ever.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big Venom guy, but I did enjoy the recent Kate's run to a point, and then the Remender Agent Venom stuff is pretty good, even if you don't like the character Venom.
I mean, I liked him as a villain more than quasi hero and stuff.
Right. And that's why the Flash Thompson run's pretty interesting, because Flash wants to be the hero, but obviously Venom doesn't. So they're always clashing, like, you know, Peter was when he had the black costume, basically.
Sweet. Yeah, Remender, like, I remember at that time, Remender and Brubaker, Fraction, and all them guys was at Marvel doing some great work. And then all of a sudden they left Marvel to go to Image, you know, start doing creator-owned work. And that's where a lot of people like myself followed them to there. You know, that's where at that time, when I got back into comics, I started focusing on the creative teams more than the characters.
Absolutely.
And when the creative team was done with a book and I didn't know who like was replacing them or something like that, I followed that creative team to whatever other book that they would jump on.
And I
with a writer.
That's the formula for success in the comics industry now. You almost like start just enough to get noticed by DC or Marvel as a writer, and then you make a name for yourself there, get a couple books going, and then start to go to Image and then get that creator original own money. Just like, you know, Robert Kirkman did with The Walking Dead. I think he was like the big, well, obviously even before him, Todd McFarlane and those guys, but you know, Robert Kirkman's the one who's been taking the most advantage of it recently. But now you guys got guys like Remender, Brubaker, and even Scott Snyder's transitioning there right now.
Because he needs to get away from Batman.
That's he's done. He's done.
Yeah, he needs to get the hell away from Batman. I felt like throughout his entire DC tenure, 90% of it was Batman.
Mm-hmm. They tried Superman, but no one cared.
So I think the other 10%. I think the other 10% was his Swamp Thing.
Yeah, the Swamp Thing stuff was actually good. At least he was a little bit more fresh back then, and he had some better ideas.
Yeah, I forget that he did Superman Unchained.
Yeah, Superman Unchained was so bland.
Yeah, and plus Jim Lee's art is great, but the delays killed that series for a while, man.
Absolutely, it did.
Yeah. But I always said he needs to get away from Batman because I thought he overextended himself on that character.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more stuff like Witches with him and Jock. Anytime him and Jock get together, it's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely want. And is he going to bring back? Is he going to return to American Vampire?
Didn't they just have a second cycle or something come out within the last few weeks?
Was it the conclusion of it? Because I know he started the second cycle years ago and then didn't finish it.
I can't remember what it was called exactly. I thought they just released some sort of American Vampire.
Maybe somebody in the chat will bring it up.
Yeah, that too. Like he was pretty much put on like the comedy books, like Ant-Man, and his big breakout was Marvel Zombies, which also turned out to be a comedy book. And then Ultimate X-Men as well, which no one even remembers his Ultimate X-Men stuff.
Yeah, I was surprised. I had brought the Ultimate X-Men issue, back issue, and I was surprised to see his name in it.
Yeah, there's actually like issue 75, I think, has a Turner cover on it. He wrote it. It's a solid issue, but it's just been lost in time, basically.
You said American Vampire sequel was on.
That's probably where I saw it. So it's probably my shop wanting me to buy it, even though it's not came out yet.
I remember when I was talking to Greg Capullo, and this was during a time when him and Snyder was still doing Batman. And you know, I was mentioning about Capullo, you know, if he possibly do a Spider-Man, you know, with and Capullo got excited. He's like, man, he loved to do a Spider-Man storyline, you know, because all the webbing and stuff like that. I think Capullo would definitely nail doing Spider-Man artwork.
Yeah, how awesome would that be to see, especially, you know, since he basically got to do all the Spawn stuff for all those years under the tutelage of Todd McFarlane, and to finally come full circle and get a chance to work on Spider-Man. That would sell a ton.
It would be heavily McFarlane inspired.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, you can hop on. But yeah, because Capullo only did some work at Marvel, and I think I have a couple of his X-Force issues that I had him sign issue 25, you know, which was awesome. But people don't think much of his Marvel work compared to his Spawn and, of course, his DC work. So I think it would be a nice return to Marvel if he could do a Spider-Man or a character that he feel he wants to do.
You know who I wish would do more stuff? Ariel Olivetti.
Oh yeah.
He does great art, and I first saw his stuff in 2004 or 5 when he was doing the Space Ghost miniseries. Alex Ross did the covers. I believe it was Dan Jurgens that was writing it. I could be wrong on that, but Ariel did the interiors, and they looked amazing. And then he went to Marvel, and he did the Punisher books around the Civil War time, I believe. He was working on those, and then he switched to Cable and did that for a while. And then I haven't seen him since, really.
He did the Cable series that was after Messiah Complex.
Yeah, I
the
believe that
one
was
where he had
Hope
the
Summer.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember those issues now.
So
What's up,
Rob,
Rob?
Hey, gentlemen, happy Batman Day.
Thanks.
How's it
Hey,
going, man?
Rob, you wouldn't have any example handy of Ariel Olivetti's covers, would you? Well, it looks like Carson's on there.
I'm trying to think. I know I have some
He did
heavy
the
metal.
Cable.
I
and
don't know where my heavy metals are right now. That sounds so bad. It's in a box somewhere in the garage.
But he also did the Cable series in 2006 and the Punisher board journal.
Oh,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
I
let's see.
didn't care for that War Journal series.
yeah, I actually got a chance to buy his sketchbook a few years ago. He was at Indiana Comic Con, and he was selling sketchbooks there. So I figured, what better item to grab for Ariel Olivetti than his sketchbook? So there's
Yeah,
the front cover. You remember when he worked
Punisher.
on Punisher?
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet back cover too, with Thanos, Doom, and Magneto. Just a bunch of villains there. Did I get a? Yeah, see. Well, you like this? He did a Wolverine sketch in there for me.
Oh, sweet.
So, and then I think, there's like that swipe of the Steranko Hulk with Cable down there. So yeah, no, he's a great artist. That it's pretty awesome you mentioned him because I haven't really thought about him for a minute either.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's just a few samples of his work inside his book.
Well,
here.
my top 3 favorite artists are Alex Ross, Ariel Olivetti, and Clayton Crane.
Bro, that Bishop is badass right there.
yeah,
That cover swipe of his first appearance.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the problem is Crane and Ross we see all the time, but not Olivetti.
Yeah, you were talking about in people's interior work you miss. I was going to say Clayton Crane actually because he's mainly doing covers now and all that stuff. And you were talking about the X-Force run earlier.
Yeah,
His
that
work on
X-Force
that's
run.
amazing.
And his Ghost Rider too. That the Ghost Rider man says he did with Garth Ennis.
Cranes?
Huh?
Yeah, Clayton. He did that.
Yeah, he did 2. He did one.
Yeah, Trials of Tears was the second one.
Yeah, that was a Civil War Western one. And then the first one led directly into the ongoing series, which was amazing ongoing for Ghost Rider.
Yeah, because Daniel Way started that Ghost Rider run, and then Jason Aaron finished it up.
Yeah, it's where Satan was broken off into 666 pieces.
Yeah.
So there was
Yeah,
at
that
least
was a
that
wild
many
storyline.
issues available to do.
I can't tell.
What was that, Rob?
I can't tell. Otherwise, I have to go fishing in another box. That Olivetti?
Possibly, but I don't think so. His signature usually, or at least back in the day, looked like a watermark, very light on the bottom.
I was gonna say I don't know if I had an example, obviously, besides the full-blown signature that's in this book.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's just like his quick scribble signature.
that's like the artist signature.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he would have had
Probably his work signature on published.
So we're
right.
joined by Jeff. What's going
up,
on, bro?
guys? Not much.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. See you would.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
Not bad.
You went hunting today? I know Steve's
Nah.
at work.
Nope. I went grocery shopping instead.
Gotta hunt for the food.
Yeah, had to hunt for the food this time.
You got anything new this week, Jeff? I know
Not
you,
really.
you had.
Not really. I mean, I got that interview coming up next Saturday.
Oh, sweet.
For
What time?
Oh my god, I'm not sure. Not sure yet. Yeah, I haven't set a time just yet. See if he's free that Saturday first, for sure. Her
Cool.
and Samantha too, the cover model. So both of them, if they're both free, I'll have that interview next Saturday sometime. I'll try to do it early so it won't interfere with this.
Whatever time suits them is what you gotta go with.
Yeah. So I'm excited. And he's sending me issue 4 now. So he's going to be sending me issue 4. It's already out.
There we go.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's definitely it. Yeah.
Where are they?
Ooh, you got the black and white.
You could say I was a fan of Punisher. Just about every issue for
Yeah.
last 30 years.
All that's Olivetti.
I loved the covers, but I wasn't a fan of the storyline going.
This one's not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
That one sure as hell is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's one of my more favorite covers there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I believe Olivetti was around when they did the Franken Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated Frankie Castle, man. I hated it.
He just drew it, man.
I
I think
know.
the Franken
I
Berries.
thought the artwork was good, but man, that was like, what they do to my boy Frank?
I think
I
of
like this.
Frankenberries every time you guys bring it up.
Yeah, that's like a,
This era
Punisher,
was also
Captain
one of my
America.
favorites, where you had Captain America trying to be, or Punisher trying to be Captain America because he's really, really looks up to Steve Rogers.
Hey, you remember in Civil War when Punisher killed those two villains that was looking to join the heroes? And
Yeah,
Captain
yeah.
America,
He's like, what are they
Crap out
doing
of
there? Bang, bang. Jesus
Captain
Christ,
America beat the
Frank.
shit out of him, man.
yeah, and then he didn't fight back because I respect you.
Yeah, Cap always had respect for Cap.
Yeah.
I mean, Punisher.
Yeah. The funny thing is when he went to Cable,
Yeah.
he was doing the interiors and the covers, and at some point he switched, and I think just did the interiors or was just doing the covers, one or the other. And then eventually, like all Cable series, it died.
Well, I think that cable series wasn't going to go long.
I did also grab my Clayton Crane sketchbook that he was selling. Like, I think I met him in 2012 when he sold this. I guess there's only like 333 of these he had printed. And it's pretty cool just seeing like the work he does on covers now versus his style back then, because like a lot of this even shows like literal concept art and anatomy sketches he's done, and it's a lot of his experimental stuff he's tried out in the past. And
My favorite piece of Clayton Crane art, what made me fall in love with him as an artist, is the Ghost Rider miniseries issue 1, where he's trying to break out of hell and an angel meets him like at the gate as he's riding up to it. That one panel did it for me.
Nice. And I just love the cover of this thing too. It's that
Oh yeah.
red.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's sweet.
that is a sweet cover.
One thing that he and Alex Ross have in common is they both do flames very well.
I agree.
Oh, man, look
Alex
at Jeff,
Ross.
man.
Speak of the devil.
I just had those two. Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah. So, see, Wood, what'd you think of this one, the Hulk one? The art, at least.
I think that's one of the better Alex Ross covers I've seen. I was a huge fan of that Storm one. But yeah, I was trying not to collect all these just because, but I saw those two sitting in the shop today. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
those.
since it's Ross, that's the only reason I really collect them anyways.
Same, yeah.
But the funny thing was how Hialeah and them brought it up was how he's the Burt Reynolds version of the Hulk with the chest hair. Because I didn't notice it until they said I didn't notice it until they said anything.
Yeah, man, he draws the Hulk like for real He's Hulk, man. He's like the manliest man there is.
Yeah.
His hair.
Just makes me laugh every time because now when I look at it, I can see the chest hair because previously I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Well, there's
Yeah, I did see how you mentioned it.
there's
Yeah.
one cover where he's like going like that, and you can see his chest.
Yeah, it's Franklin Castle.
Frankenberry. All that every time you guys bring it. Yeah.
Go ahead,
so
Big Will.
there's a phone number in this, then I ended up calling it. You know how it says call? There's a it says call on
yeah.
Thor's hammer. It says call. Call Tony Stark if you find this. So I call it. It's Donny Cates pretending to be Tony and saying there's a what was it? There's an asshole blonde guy, blonde hair, long hair guy that actually it made me cancel this number.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was curious, so I ended up calling the number to see what the message was.
Well, hey, if it ain't a 555, you gotta try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a 212, so it was a New York number.
But
Hilarious.
they've done that other times as well in different books.
Yeah, but you could tell it was Donnie's voice though. Like by listening to the message,
Yeah.
you could tell it was Donnie pretending to be Tony.
So they actually had to spend money on that just to get that one little gag. Go Donny Cates for going the extra mile.
Yeah. Oh, for Sean,
Oh, nice.
How was that?
not bad. If you should pick it up. There's a new character in there. They introduce a new character and everything. So you never
Yeah.
know.
I
It's
know
not too-
Varangian wasn't big on the cover. I think you
What?
wasn't either.
Yeah, the cover wise, I wasn't big on it, but the story wise, it's pretty decent. Sometimes the cover could be crap, but the story's actually decent.
Well, it ain't no Perillo cover, so they just hoping that you read it.
Yeah,
I'm shocked
yeah.
anybody actually reads the interiors of a Vampirella.
Hey, there's
about
there's
a
some
Perillo.
good stories in there.
yeah,
I'm sure there are. I'm just surprised whenever I hear somebody actually reads it.
yeah. Grant Morrison's run is pretty decent, and
That would be a reason to read it.
Yeah.
I don't read Vampirella, but I can tell you if I owned Vampirella, it wouldn't be because of the story.
yeah,
Hey,
Yeah.
people get it for the cover first, and then eventually later on they finally read it because they like,
yeah.
all right, what's so good about this Vampirella outside the cover?
I picked up the Perillo Deja Thoris.
That's another one.
Yeah,
You get it for the covers, and then you go back to it later and like,
yeah. You actually read it. It's actually a decent story.
Seems like that's most Dynamite comics now. They'll print like
Yeah.
20 of these covers for like.
What?
Yeah,
That's being
minimum
nice.
20.
That's being nice. 20 covers.
It's just all eye candy. It's the 90s technique, basically.
Yeah, well, it's Dynamite's technique because
Yeah.
Dynamite got, I think, what is it? Dynamite's releasing Creepies again. I think it's another, Dynamite put another, like another branch to their thing where they're releasing Creepies and stuff because I didn't know Creepies were getting re-released again.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, with new stories and stuff. I'm like, they are? And I went looking in the box and I'm like, dude, because you could tell when it's a new, when it's a new creepy and an old creepy because the pages are white as hell. So I'm like, they're releasing them again? I thought they were reprints, and they go, no, they started redoing stories and stuff like that. So re-releasing them, and so I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, if they wanted to save money, they could reprint or rather print all the new stuff on newsprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one thing that always bothered me about when they do Halloween Comic Fest,
What's that?
that Marvel always do these the free comics for Halloween Comic Fest, and they're superhero stories. And I'm like, why don't you give me Tomb of Dracula reprint or some of the monster stories from the 70s?
That's not their way, man. You know
No,
that.
man, I don't care, man. I don't want to miss Marvel on Halloween Comic Day. Like, I know it's for the kids, and the costume and all is good because probably little girls go dressed up as Miss Marvel. But I want some of the horror books that they put out in the 70s reprinted.
Or hell, even reprint freaking Werewolf by Night 32, 33. You're still getting the superheroes, but at least it's partially monster.
Yeah.
At least DC might give you a Swamp Thing book once.
Yeah, or give us something crazy like Fing Fang Foom versus Zizix or something.
F yes.
Yeah, man. That always bothered me about Halloween Comic Fest. You put out all these books and there's no horror books. I'm like,
It's Halloween in that banner, and that's pretty much it.
like last year they put out the Halloween Comic Fest of the Miles Morales Ultimate Fallout. What the fuck they need that for? I want the Werewolf by Night or something, man. I can get a reprint of that.
Ooh, or something that we don't think of very often, like the Monsters on the Prowl reprints, where you have like the original Hulk, like I forget, is it Zemu or something? That's his name.
Yeah, Zemu.
Give me some Strange Tales or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chamber of Darkness.
Tower of Shadows. Any of these Crypt of Shadows.
The new fans don't know what this is. They need to reprint this.
I'd even take this at this point. Why not?
Yeah, those are the type of books that I'll definitely scoop up a couple at Halloween Comic Fest.
It's like shit. While they're at it, why don't they re-release for I don't know, Halloween the Gwenpool Christmas edition? It seems to track with Marvel.
So Rob, we talked earlier about the She-Hulk and the Kang the Conqueror casting. What's your thoughts on both of them, you and Jeff?
Okay, so they have the woman playing She-Hulk that played like 5 or 20 or 50 different characters on Orphan Black. So that lets me know she's a great goddamn actress. As far as the people that are going to be directing the episodes of Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, those people, they look like they are Oscar award-winning, Academy Award-winning. That's enough for me. I know that Kamala Khan is a lot more character-oriented than fight, so that'll be good. Kang, they look like they picked a man that all they need to do is slap a little bit of purple and green on him, and he's freaking Kang. They do it right with Ant-Man, and they can parlay it into Young Avengers, bring in maybe the Runaways. They can really expand the universe. I'm excited.
Yeah. Carson was bringing up earlier when we talked about the Young Avengers and the possibilities of bringing them into the fold.
I mean, they're all planning on branching off into TV shows and movies, and it's kind of like Ryan George's videos where he's joking, hey, what about all the people that haven't watched all these movies up until now? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. We forgot about those people 5 years ago. This is the longest running, most expensive TV show in the history of film. Keep up or, fall apart.
Yep. Good, man. Good. We all kind of felt the same way. I mean, Will has some differences with the casting of She-Hulk, but I thought it was a pretty decent casting. And like I said, I wasn't deep. I wasn't watching Orphan Black as much. I caught a couple of episodes, but she was kind of the standout of the show from what I saw. So I'm interested in seeing how she played Jennifer Walters, and then they're gonna CGI her up to be the She-Hulk. So that's gonna be interesting to see.
It's like, do you think she's an actor or actor? No, I'll just say actor instead of actress. An actor on par of that of Mark Ruffalo. Yes, I do. If she can take on that many roles playing against herself, yeah, I think she'll be able to carry an entire TV show. And she's already proven she's done it before.
Yep. Ooh.
Ooh, what? What
You
happened?
got any new books to show, Rob, or you good?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I picked up a few things lately.
Oh, nice.
I just got this over last weekend because I went on to Let Go, and it was 4:00 in the morning, and it says you're going to need to go to OfferUp. Wait, what? Yeah, OfferUp's been bought, or rather, Let Go's been bought out by OfferUp. So I'm scrolling through, and I see this. So the next day I make an arrangement and I'll go, yeah, I'll drive out to meet you. It's about an hour out of my way, an hour back. I pick it up last Sunday night. Only issue with it is just a blown out little corner, but I'm not trying to get these things graded. Otherwise, a couple things that wound up
Nice.
coming in.
Well, if you can't handle that, Rob, you can send it to me. I'm perfectly fine with that.
I think I'm good keeping things. I am like the black hole around here. So these are two other things that just came in. Because way back in the day, I wound up having every single issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's when I lost my job and I had to really pare down comics. So I never got issue 9.
Nice.
I had 10, I didn't have 9. So finally got the 9 in. And because I'm a big Kamala Khan fan, and Jesus Christ, I saw this, the Captain Marvel 17 second print last weekend go for, and it was a VG copy where it looked like it was put in my dog's cage for a month and just rolled over it. And you can put it in a press, but no matter what, it's never going to be above like a 6.07 all day long. Someone paid $451 on eBay for that shit. So I felt a lot better just going, you know what? Sometimes you have to let those hard to reach chips go, and I got this. So aside from that, you might see right here, that finally came in. So now I have issues 1 through 7, and now I need to work on the rest of that run.
Matt Odom of the Comic Con Roundtable, he got Black Panther issue 2 First Fury for $15.
Nice. That was something that a few weeks ago, it was going for about that. It was like $15-$30 at most. And news breaks, and I'll pay $200 for that.
Yeah. I had to go to eBay to do it, but I just got through selling my Wolverine #1 from the 88 series. And that thing, with how many of them there are and how many are graded in a 9.8, the book's value is like $150 tops, but people have been overpaying, and they paid me $225 for it. I thought, okay.
In this modern day, if you have to ask the question, why are people paying these ungodly amounts of money? You just interrupt and go, COVID.
Yeah.
Why COVID? Oh, it answers everything. Everything becomes rare when you can't go to a shop, or if you can go to a shop, you're kind of a little icky about it, or that said shop is closed up a couple months back, or is about ready to close, or all you really can do is go on eBay and people are just jacking up the prices and hoping people will pay it.
Yeah.
And people are.
But I imagine here by the first of the year, next year, that price will probably be back down to around the $150, $180 mark. It's a $150 book. Just no matter how high the price gets, that particular book's a $150 book tops in high grade.
It seems like during the COVID era, a lot of the pop community started crossing over into the comic community. Some might be getting it just for the covers, and it's like a trading card for them. But God love them, they're buying comics too. So hopefully they'll continue doing so, or the bottom could drop out. And really, it will depend on who wins the election, whether or not COVID continues and things keep being expensive, rare books that have print runs of like 800,000, or COVID eventually goes away and then the price comes back to a more reasonable amount.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff's back.
good.
Hey, Jeff.
Nah, I don't think you guys can hear me.
We can hear you, but your camera frozen.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I had to use my phone. Internet at the house went out. The service is out. So try to use the phone, but I don't know what the hell's going on there either. So
Well, see if you can
Okay.
pop out and come back in.
yeah, I'll pop back up.
Robert G. Yeah, and then experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was wondering like if it's just because there's less movies coming out, you can't go to the movies anymore. There's not going to be a lot of TV this fall. That's great.
Dude,
besides, obviously, like
the
Mandalorian, more
spec
people.
game has
Yeah,
gone
comics.
insane.
like what Will said, have you ever heard of in your life second prints that aren't like first cover appearances go for like $5 one week and 2 weeks later go for $200?
That's ridiculous.
Only in COVID. Champions #1 second print. I'll pay $200 for that. Motherfucker, I'll pay $250 for that. Iron Heart, not Iron Fist, not Iron Man. Iron Heart #1 second print. I'll pay $200 for that.
Where do they get the money? That's what drives me the most crazy. I gotta go work for all this.
And like they better,
Spending it on gas. They're not going anywhere.
Yes, you're right.
for you paying $250 for a second print, you might as well just save up and try and get a first print down the road.
Yeah, like Rob said, just COVID. That's
COVID.
it right there.
Get a nice
It's rare because of COVID.
key instead of a modern print. Like, it's ridiculous.
I mean, now I understand about the print run being lower. That kind of makes some sense here.
Well, so
When you're going so
Modern
nuts,
and a golden
$450 for a second print that came out 5 years ago for that Kamala Khan first cover,
Couple that.
you could buy a mid-grade Iron Man #1 for that. You could buy a low grade, like probably super low grade, giant size X-Men 1 for that. But instead, you'll go for a VG modern book. Okay.
I guess I shouldn't have given all my Miss Marvel reprints away.
Hey,
I kept buying them for $1.
Right
I
there.
have been buying these Strange Academy #1. I bought the Walmart version. I've also been buying at cover price, mind you, the second print, third print. I'll be getting the fourth print because it's going insane right now, and that's a
Right
11 first appearances in that one book. So yeah, I'll be selling those later. I just sent off the second print to get Scotty Young to sign it. I paid cover, so that's going to be a nice flip when it comes back.
Yeah, I missed out on that Walmart pack today. I'll have to go to another one and see if they have that one. I at least have my first printing, the first issue. But now I guess I got to go get the second prints.
Yeah, if you were trying to go onto the Walmart website and order that, the second you put it in the cart and press order, it's gone. They take it right out.
Oh, wow.
Well, I just go down to mine. I'm apparently the only person that likes comics that goes to that Walmart because this is Alabama I'm talking about. So
Good.
I go in, and the only problem is a lot of the times they'll have that number, and you can't get a 9.8 out of it. Like the Strange Academy, I have from the Walmart pack. It needs a press, but once it gets that, it'll be a 9.496. Luckily, the 9.496 is around $100 for that currently. And it's almost $300 for a 9.8, so I'm still going to be okay. But yeah, things going crazy, man.
Now, 2020 is kind of like 1968, where everything's changing, and we're just sitting back and watching for the ride and trying to make commentary. Second print, it wasn't like that back in my day. Well, guess what? Now it is.
Although some of these are about to have the bottom pulled out at some point when everyone goes back to work, though. It's going to be interesting to see what stays up but just ticks down versus what falls. Because if you look at some of this stuff, like the ASM 300 you just bought, in a 9.8, it's like $2,000 book right now.
Nuts.
But there's like 7,000 9.8s out there and all over 20,000 on the census for just CGC, not counting CVCS. That's just CGC. So I'm waiting for something to happen to that book and 361 as well, because once that next Carnage movie hits, I don't see anything else in the future,
Just try being a turtle
They do a
collector.
Carnage spin-off movie.
Turtle books just keep going up for no other reason at all besides the fact that it's just Ninja Turtles. Like everything's like in triple digits now, from like the first 4 issues, second prints, third print. Like the third print graded of number one is like encroaching almost a 4 value or
What's up, Rob?
value book.
Yeah, you got to admit though, Kirk, when it comes to the original run of TMNT, the first print for sure, the second print, and maybe the third print are rare enough
Yeah.
on their face that they can command higher prices.
And even that the one that gets me the most now is issue 4 second printing is pretty much just consistently a 3-figure book now. It kills me.
Rob, what's going on?
How you guys doing?
Issue first, second print. Yeah, hey, Robert.
How are you?
Great.
Yeah, you're right. By the way, Rob,
Hmm?
this was disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
This was extremely disturbing. It bugged me and pissed me off all at the same time. But you're right about this guy.
Rapey,
This
yes.
was extremely disturbing. It bugged me and pissed me off all at the same time. But you're right about
Oh.
YouTube.
Yeah, huh? You finally read it, didn't you?
Oh, I read it. Yeah.
Would you?
It is the serpent, man.
Yep.
Right from the get go.
What gets me is it reminded me of The Boys, in a way.
Yeah, rapey.
You saw The Boys?
Yeah, I've been keeping track of that.
No, I'm
one, too.
frozen.
Dusty, how you doing, brother?
Hey.
Come in.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey,
How's it
oh,
going?
good shirt.
Hold on.
Yeah, I do too.
One of the best controllers ever right there.
Oh,
Nice.
I'll be having all the good shirts.
I do my best, man. Thank you, the Burlington Coat Factory. No, they have all these shirts. This is where I get all my shirts. That Run DMC they had on last night. Burlington
Yep.
Coat Factory.
Nice.
$7-8.
That's it. You can't beat that.
Can't beat that with a sticker list. It's free, you know. But yeah, how's everything going? How's everyone?
Great. I just think if you beat a shirt with a stick, you probably just look like a crazy person in a store, and they might need to call security and call you Karen on the internet.
Hey, I mean, you know, I've done worse. So, you know.
I got to show you guys something though. This is freaking cool. So my buddy, John Hoffman, everybody knows him. His son, his younger son, he's like 12. Okay, sends me an AOK. Dude, this was awesome. This is James Bond.
All right.
I was like, hey Zach, that's pretty cool. Goldfinger, I love it. I thought that was great. So big
That is
shout out
sweet.
to John Hoffman and his
All right,
son.
you need to put that in a frame and put it where you
I-
have that Silver Surfer poster.
I'm going to. I'm going to frame it. I thought it was
That is
awesome. So thank
very
you, Zach.
It's the G-Man.
Very
you're
clean.
good. You're a good
Yeah.
boy.
No,
The
Hey,
young
you
Boy
need that.
Scout.
You need that on a t-shirt, man.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
thi-
awesome.
this isn't related necessarily to that, Robert, but did you know that the first appearance of James Bond in comics is in a showcase issue
It
from
is a showcase.
early to mid 60s? I was trying to pick it up, and then I realized, oh crap, James Bond has a lot of fans. That looks like minimum $300.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of like trying to find that Showcase 17 on eBay. Even if you find it coverless, you're still going to be paying about $200-$300 for it.
But talking about all these variants and reprints and stuff, yeah, we all understand because we all collect and we've been collecting for years. A lot of the new generation that see these movies for the first time and say, "Who is that? Who is like an example, Scarlet Witch?" I'm like, "Who is that?" And then they see all these reprints. That's what's breaking up the value of these books, you know. So a lot of inexperience. We know better. And I get a lot of questions about the same process. Well, what's the best book to get? I go, what do you like? That's why I always ask this question. I've had this conversation more times than none. That why are you buying the book? Are you buying the book because of its value? Or are you buying it because of the character and the story? It always winds up being about the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just glad I made all my mistakes back in the day and learned from them rather than now.
What's a great mistake though is when you buy a book for 10 cents or even $1 and then you look at today, and that book is valued at about $3,000, you're like, yeah, that's a freaking great comeback. There, that makes sense.
Robert, I can't tell you how many times I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, don't sell it.
Yeah.
I had like a 7.5. This is before grading was a thing, really, but it was around the condition of a 7.5. Incredible Hulk 181. I bought it for like $350, and I wound up selling it for like $400. So I made a profit. But if I had it now.
Yep. Another buddy of mine from South Dakota. This is he knows I like Red Sonja. Anything with a red head, anything with a tentacle cover. People got their things. I always get something, but one Red Sonja I don't have. A number 7 Dynamite, and this is from Airboy Barbarian from South Dakota. Do not have it. I thought that was an
Adam
awesome
Hughes
cover.
cover.
What's that?
It's the Adam Hughes cover.
I love it. Love
That's
it. Look at that stein of beer in her hand. Love it.
She looks kind of like Cena there a little bit.
Yeah, her eyes are a little like, what? It's got, but see, don't you get it? Don't you get it? Look at her eyes and look at the guys. They're probably joking with her, and she's saying, man, this has got a lot of head on it. Ha, 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 ha.
And
That's
so
a great cover, though, man.
Sorry for the pun.
That's a great cover, though.
I know. Oh my goodness.
So Big Dusty.
Yes. Dusty, you there?
I'm here.
Here we go.
Yeah, well, we hoping you're not asleep, man.
Hey man, if I was keeping my eyes open, man, I have a serious problem, man. I'm telling you, like.
Hey, we went long yesterday, bro. 3.5 hours. Then we did an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, man, we had a good time. I enjoyed that conversation, man. I really did. I didn't want it to end, but hey, you gotta go to sleep, So.
Yeah.
I need to do that same thing with with my genre of music, man. That seemed like it was a good conversation. Had no idea what y'all were talking about because it's just not my thing, but it seemed like a good conversation.
Talking about Stay Puff, you just give me a few minutes. I got something for Stay Puff. Hold on. You got an AOK's coming to you, Stay Puff and Dusty Brick Brown. So hold on.
Uh-oh.
But
Hey,
yeah,
man.
that Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
That conversation we had yesterday was like so much fun. Just talking about hip hop and old school and how we enjoyed it. And you had Al down there busting out the rhymes and stuff. I was like, oh man, I was feeling the groove, man. It's like it was so much fun. And then 90 came in there with his Miami antics. We had a blast, man. And then after we went off the show, because we ain't want to share no videos on YouTube, we start going straight to the share screen and post to all the music videos, all the songs, and just reminiscing.
That's awesome.
Copyright thing sucks on YouTube, man. It's like, but it sucks on Instagram too. I mean, I've had so many videos. 30 seconds of a video is not going to kill a record company. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that, man. I can't stand it, man. Yeah. But I enjoyed the conversation, though. I will say that much.
Here's an easy way to get around the copyright. As long as they're playing it kind of live, you can grab a live performance, and their algorithms don't detect it as much.
Okay.
I just why care if it detects it or not? If you have one video that they get money for rather than you, I mean, you're gonna lose what, half a dime?
Oh no, I'm gonna lose like hundreds and hundreds of pennies a year.
But see, the crazy part of it is, I mean, when you share a clip of a video or a movie or something, you can't really make money off of it on Instagram. I mean, it's just a clip, but people are so anal about proprietary, IPs and stuff. I don't know. But anyway, can I show some books?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Man, I got some books. I actually went to one of the comic book stores earlier while I was running errands, and I actually found a good bit of stuff today. So I actually completed a run too. So actually completed 2 runs. It was I completed a miniseries run. Sabretooth
Sabretooth mini.
in number 4. I had 1 and 3. And then my coup de grace, I completed my Firestorm Volume 2 with this book and this book. So I have the full volume 2 of Firestorm from issue 1 to 100. Wildcats number 1. Nothing of any value, but you know, it's Jim Lee and it's old
I got
school.
that gold foil version of with Jim's signature.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
coming
yeah?
back in issue 100 of Batman.
Who, Wildcats?
Or at least, who's the guy with the face mask? Grifter?
Grifter, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, so actually, this book probably is going to spike a little bit because you know this is
It
his
already
first-
is.
Oh, it has.
It already is.
I got it for $1.
People get some 20 copies.
Yeah, this you could probably still find that in dollar bins regardless of
Man,
what they
even
do.
if that one spikes, it'll be like $10. That's
Yeah.
a huge spike for that one.
That's true.
Mhm.
Then I got
Right.
this
I got that one too.
Immortal Hulk 0, and I didn't get the other one because I try to share my patronage between the store that I go to in Macon and the store that I go to in McDonough. So I got my Immortal Hulk, some other stuff on reserve, or actually on my pull list up there. I got this.
I'm about to read that. Have you read it yet?
I have not read it, but I actually need to read 10, 11, and 12. So,
I think it's a first appearance in there too, something like
Yeah,
that.
High Summoner.
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool.
So
Captain Britain and him. I actually completed the run. Well, no, I got one more to get this one to finish that run. Then I got the Adam Hughes version of this Detective Comics 1027.
Oh, what kind of bag did you use for 1027?
Silver Age bag, and I got a Silver Age board in there. I mean, it's
I did
still.
the same thing, and it still doesn't fit.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
Thing is
These
huge.
Planet One.
27 pages.
blank variant cover in case I meet somebody that could, you know, do a Batman zombie on here. John Size.
I love that cover.
Jen
Oh,
Martell. I got this on reserve at my LCS, and I was thinking about Fresh Princess, but she had already got hers, so I'm gonna hold on to this one.
Yeah, Bartel's awesome.
Trinity Crisis, Death Metal.
nice.
Wait, so you didn't get the timeless variant on the store?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like the store in McDonough, like it's about 45 minutes for me. I have a pull list up there. I go to a comic book store here and I just pull stuff at random. But they got the timeless variants up there at the other store. Matter of fact, they sold out of the timeless variant at the store that I went to. So it's Dungeon X-Men 1. This was $1 bin.
Nice.
Flash TV special. This was $1 bin.
Man, that would be awesome to get him to sign.
Wesley Ship, yeah, that was my goal. I said, you know, I might see him one day. I don't collect Superman, but I got this one. This one was also in the $1 bin, and this is the first appearance of the second Metallo.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
about to say, yeah, you don't collect Superman. You call him
Hey,
the
you only got that because Superman got his ass on the cover.
Well, you know, you know, there's a running joke on our show, the Comic Hall Roundtable Discussion.
Super
Most-
wussy, right?
Most of his Silver Age stuff, he's getting his ass beat on the cover, man. Like with Jordan, he's getting dealt with. Like, you know, Superman's supposed to be this dude.
Yeah. Hey, Dragon Con for John Wesley's ship. He most likely will be there.
Oh, really? Okay. Justice
But
League.
mostly Superman's a dick.
Yeah, he is.
Especially on those Jimmy Olsen covers.
Yeah,
Yep. We only find them when they're dead. Number 1.
that's a good one. You enjoy that now.
I forgot to look for that today.
Thank you. Then I got these. I finished the Chamber, Jonathan Sizemore, because you know I'm a mutant guy. I didn't realize it was a one shot of this, so I got this too because he's one of my favorite characters.
That's right.
got these two, and I completed the run for this one. But I actually got these a few days ago. So my Generation X Volume 1 is complete.
Excellent.
Yeah, I got 3 issues of Green Lantern. I'm trying to complete this run.
Nice.
And then I got this right here the other week, last week for Boat. He's been looking for this.
Oh yeah.
So 4, 5, 11. So this is going to Boat if you're watching.
Nice.
Probably is watching.
And then my homie Matt, well, actually, I got this one from eBay earlier this week.
Nice.
So mine is Giant Size X-Men 1, which is, well, anyway,
Yeah.
I'll be getting that one someday. I don't know, someday. But Matt got this for me. Marvel Team Up Spider-Man X-Men. I mentioned this on one of the specs. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man with the new team, with the Cockrum and Lynn Wine team.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is a key, but it's it's under the radar key.
It's your personal grill.
Yeah, it's one of my personal grills. That's
You're
right.
Exactly right.
Big G man.
Yep.
And I got this Justice League 36, which is a B cover variant with Shazam and Cyborg playing the video game. Yeah. And then I showed this one last night on the hip hop show. Yeah. Did you see it, Jeff?
Yeah. Did you guys see what my first tape was that I got?
I saw
69.
it, Bob.
Yeah. 69 boys. My mom bought me that tape. Did not know what it was.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you talking about this. But anyway, Matt saw this one for at Dave's Comics as well, and I've been pining for this one because I absolutely love this cover. But
Ooh, I like
Now
that.
I even like that cover.
I do too. That's awesome.
Youth.
I love this cover, man.
Beautiful.
This should now, if anything should have been a Virgin variant, this should have been a Virgin
Yeah,
variant
agreed.
all day long.
You can have California Blend do a virgin version of that one.
I've looked to see if there's like any type of posters for that book,
Mhm.
and it's not. But I might see if I can get somebody to recreate it, man. I love that cover, man. I'm actually gonna send it off to get it slabbed. So,
Hmm.
that's all
Carson
I have.
had to leave, so later, man. Glad he
Hey, buddy.
jumped in.
So what you think of the Crisis book, Robert?
It was disturbing. It irritated
Mhm.
me. Really
I
irritated
thought
me.
so. I knew it would.
I was telling
I
my
told
buddy,
you.
my buddy came from the cities and he come to visit
Yeah.
us, visit us like once a year, and he's here today with my wife cooking in the other room.
Right.
And I was telling him about it. He's like, "Is it good?" I go, "Yeah, but it's really disturbing." And what I did was, he's kind of like a lot like me, and I gave him a couple of trades to read. So, Fatale, I really liked Fatale.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
Robert,
Love that.
when you got to who the murderer was, who wound up getting Jean Loring, what do you think about who the killer was?
Nah, yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Did it make sense at all, or
Yeah,
did
it
you
did.
just
It
go,
did. Typical. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. But
Yeah, exactly.
like I said, like I told you, because it's
Kinda
a
like,
Brad Milks,
dude, right in your
it's
lap.
but if it's a Brad Milkser book, he's gonna throw a twist in there, like always. Any of his stuff, he always throws a twist in there somehow.
So, real quick, Stay Puff,
Yep.
Sean, my brother, I have been looking for books for you and the boys of the Round Table on your show, and I've got a stack of books
Oh.
here.
A
A
stack.
stack. But I'm not going to show you them all because I want to keep some surprises for you, especially Dusty Big Brown. So,
Mm.
so here's one I got for you, buddy. So I hope you like this. I was thinking of you because I really liked your hip hop show. I thought it was awesome. I didn't get to see the whole thing, so I have to catch it on the rewind, guys. Here we go.
Ooh.
Whoa.
2007, beautiful copy. I got it in my life for you. Volume 1, number 3. Okay, Public Enemy. I used to listen to these guys, loved them. So
He-
that's
he
for you,
actually-
bud. Okay. Now there was a Swamp Thing you put a heart on and sent me a picture. What was it?
I sent you a picture of Swamp Thing.
Something that you liked. Yeah, like last week. Okay, here, let me show you something. I bought a lot of Swamp Thing, and I want to see what you're gonna say. How about this?
Nice. Oh, it's not the Bernie Wrightson, but I know I mentioned about Bernie Wrightson Swamp Things.
Number 8,
Issue 8. It's Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah, it is.
and this one is issue 101.
I like that one.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
it.
nice
That's
one.
interesting
That's
cover.
Doug
And it's
Wheeler.
issue 33. And then
Nice.
Sega Swamp Thing number 1 of May.
Oh, I thought Robert said of me.
Swamp Thing 99 annual. Another Swamp Thing. So there was a Swamp Thing, and I think I'm missing it. I know I have it here. There was one you tagged me on, and you said you liked it. I wish I knew which one it was now.
I have
Almost
not
look like-
posted a Swamp Thing though.
Do you? Was it Turtles? Turtles?
Can't really remember now.
Do you remember?
nice.
that one? Or this one?
Nice.
It could have been the Turtles one.
I can't remember. Well, anyway, I'm falling in love with these like Amazing Fantasies.
I thought you would.
I really like these, and of course, you know why I got this copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's actually, it looks like it's from the movie, actually, in the back. So it's pretty cool. That's it. Oh, anybody like the classic Superman?
Yeah, go ahead, show.
Hold
I know
on.
I don't like it, but hey,
No,
I'm
this
good
is
for
from my-
Superman.
this is from my
No,
buddy-
if it's the Superman getting his butt kicked, yeah, I'll like it.
This
but
is
if
from
it's
my
not-
buddy John Hoffman. He's a big this is who Superman is.
Now
Yeah.
that I would make an
That-
exception for that one. Now.
Yes.
This is actually has a poster in it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. This is for
That's
John
that's,
Hoffman. and
that's
okay.
Christopher Reeve. He's the only Superman in my opinion.
Exactly.
I agree.
And I got him a people, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and an us, and a Starlog.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Those are good.
And of
90
course-
saying to show those turtles again.
Okay, I will. Hold on. Was this one?
You know, 90 and who that the Turtles guys in the chat.
This one?
Nice.
And then I think this is an annual, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is an annual
Yeah.
trade. I think.
The whole reason those books are going up is the kids that grew up with the Turtles are adults now and they want to buy their Turtles, but you know what I mean? They want to buy their
Right.
first appearances.
Definitely.
That's why those prices are going up.
But they don't
Awesome
want the first
stuff, man.
appearance. They want all of the first run, and they are willing
Yeah.
to pay a top dollar.
Yep.
Also, I can show something for Dusty. Something I actually found and I went into my collection. Dusty, this will be coming to you, buddy.
Mm.
That's for you, brother.
That's a good book.
And that one.
Oh wow. Thank you.
So issue 1. So that's for you. That's A-okay. I got a box for the boys, but I'm going to separate it and put it in 10 boxes. So you're going to get a variety. So you're going to get one golden age. You're going to get one golden age for all you boys, all you guys. One golden age, and then you get a silver, and then a modern. And I'll try to mix it up and of everything you like. I got all the notes on the back of your guys' cards.
That is amazing, G man.
Thank you very much.
You got also something special that I want to show Dusty so bad. It's so cool.
Well, G-Man, listen to your heart, sir. Listen to
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a surprise.
Hey man, we got G man. He's an honorary member of the Comic Con Roundtable discussion after this, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's already, an honorary
you
member.
guys.
So yeah, he's
What?
I
So
love
would
you
it
guys.
be Merlin? Would it be Merlin on the table then?
What's that?
I said, would you be Merlin?
Well, Tim Bowright, for an example, oh man,
Mhm.
the video he did. If you didn't see it yesterday, he was at a comic. You were there, Jeff, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Was that yesterday?
No, I think like 2 weeks ago or a week
Yeah, if you
ago.
guys don't
something
know,
like
go
that.
check out Jim Boatwright. What does it say? I sent pictures off for my 4th birthday in my turtle shirt.
Yeah, I'll see
Nice.
that picture.
Nice. And they're at a store, a comic book store / toy store. Bunch of
Oh
collectibles.
yeah.
I've got. I like Jim and his kids. They're like family
Yeah.
to me.
But
So I always
you
ship something to this. to
you
him
guys
and
saw that
his kids.
Mr. Miracle? I got him right.
Yeah, it was awesome, buddy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and
My wife is driving me crazy because I got the hallway full of big boxes going from the ceiling, and it's all Star Wars related action figures that I got. And I'm trying
Oh,
to come up
boy.
with a mystery box for for him and his kids, something for all of them, including himself. Because me and Jim have got a similarity in taste when it comes to like classic monsters like Frankenstein and all those. Yeah, so
Yep.
I've been kind of working on all that together. And then I got stuff that goes to Netherlands, stuff that goes to Germany. Yeah.
Mhm.
Netherlands, you have something going to Rutger, don't you?
I have a box like this going to the Netherlands. It's for me, Jeff, and from John
Mhm.
Huffman. We got an AOK that's being sent off.
Yep. That thing is good. and then
Heavy,
Steve's
dude.
half. Not even only not counting Steve's half of the other half. Yeah.
I can show you this. This should be cool. I just come on, Robert.
Of a G coming
Oh, here we
through.
go. Okay, this. So if she's watching, this is gonna spoil it. But you know what? I'm good. This is on your show.
Well, no, she's gonna be starting her show in a few minutes.
Yeah, I
anyway.
know. I see. I just got the notification. So she's not going to be here. So I have a signed book, and it's got a certificate of authenticity. It's 31 by Michael. I'm going to screw this name up. It's by 2 artists. Hold on.
Mm.
But it was an old wizard book. I want to know what the other certificate. Just
I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess the character. It's either a she. It's either
Okay.
Street Fighter.
Okay. So here's the
Uh,
certificate. That's in there. And you see the name? Look up that name.
Michael. Can't see the last one.
It's
Dan Jurgens and Michael Lopez, but that's
Yep.
not the signature on there. Right?
And hold on, it's got one of those in the back, so I put that in.
Okay.
I Mylar everything, pretty much everything.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
And this one here, though, I've been waiting for a while. This is why her AOK hasn't gone out because of this. Been waiting for this. Oh, you stupid. Come on.
I'll take it off to you while you.
That was the other character I was thinking.
Lara Croft.
Tomb Raider. Yep, Tomb Raider.
Right there and there.
Dan Jurgens.
Done.
Yeah, she'll watch it under rewind. You already know she's gonna end up doing that.
She's gonna enjoy that.
Yeah.
She's gonna enjoy that.
And I got her the Billy Tucci signature for the she, so she's gonna enjoy that one too after that.
Nice.
So
I should be happy.
yep. Now she got a bunch of signed books coming to her.
I'm not into signed books. It's like if I get them, I
Yeah.
get them. I'm lucky. You know.
Yeah.
The one that's been irritating is I've been hearing a lot of horror stories about what is it? Jack Kirby signatures on the inside cover of the bottom of the books. That's been happening
Yeah.
lately. People are trying to get it authenticated through the grading service. Big Wheel just fell asleep. Buddy, you're dreaming. You're dreaming of that golden age book right now. You want an X-Men number 1 or
It's
number
not
1?
me. It's not me.
You been golden age? You like this?
You heard me, Sean.
Bill.
I said, it's not me.
Whoops. Like that one?
Nice. Love that book.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great snatch, Jeff.
Yeah, I know. Compared to the 9.9 modern age, yeah, I'd rather get
Big
this than
Will,
the modern
big
age.
thank you for that book, by the way. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You falling asleep? You're
No,
falling
he can
asleep
hear you.
again. He's falling asleep again. La
Oh, man.
la, sleep tight.
Actually, I need to go start making dinner and go shopping. So, gentlemen, thank you. Have a great evening. Be safe. Go get a lot of comic books and get them for less than whatever fair market value is. Enjoy.
Come.
You too, Rob. And then there were 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dusty, you're doing a show tonight, right?
Yes, we are doing a show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking about why comic collecting requires patience.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
the easy one. That's
Yes.
easy. That's an
you
easy
would
answer.
think so.
Peer
You-
pressure.
Oh
you-
yeah, well yeah. Peer pressure gets you into other books that you didn't really want.
everyone doesn't think on the same level when it comes down to comic collecting, man. And
Mhm.
you know, right now, especially with the way the market is set up with the pandemic and everything, you've got people out there chomping at the bit to get over on people. And I'm gonna. This is a totally different subject, but it's akin to the whole PlayStation 5. I don't know if you all play video games.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
games, but PlayStation just released some information and they just dropped pre-orders for their game system Thursday, and Walmart dropped the ball. They prematurely did their thing and put the pre-orders out, and it caused a big ruckus everywhere. You know, Target, GameStop, the whole
You
nine,
got sites crashing. Now, if you go on eBay, you got the scalpers out there selling the pre-orders for PlayStation 5s for upwards of $1,200.
Yep.
So, you know, it kind of falls in line with comic books almost, because with trends and speculation stuff.
Video
It-
game
it-
system is the new collecting thing, like how we collect.
Right,
Yeah,
but see,
gamers are the same thing. So.
the crazy part of it is, though, if you are a gamer and if you've been, and we're going to talk about this tonight as well, if you're a gamer and you've been playing games since, I would say, PlayStation 2, you should know that the law of supply and demand does not apply for video game companies, because anytime a major console comes out, there has always been a shortage upon launch.
Yep.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
So when if you see, because you know certain groups and stuff that I'm a part of, and I see certain news articles and videos, and people are pissed. It's like, dude, you should have known this was gonna happen
Yeah.
before it even happened.
I always wait to second generation models. Anyways, I don't buy first gen models. Anyways,
Because they're full of bugs and they working out the kinks and stuff. So
right.
I'm not getting one, man. I'm not falling for that trap.
I
we
never
already,
buy
we
my
already
console.
fall for we already fall for traps. It's
Yeah, I tend to get my console a year or two later, man.
Oh yeah.
That
me
way,
too.
not only I get the console like a year or two later, but the games that came out on the first wave tend to be cheaper.
That's right. That's
And,
right.
and now with games being damn near priced at $70 now, it's like, yeah, I definitely better wait. Because how can I spend money on a console that's like $600 and then you got an $80 game or $70 game?
$600.
You guys all know. You remember?
You know,
What's that, bud?
$600. I said,
yeah,
$600. I could grab myself another Vampy.
And that's what I said, Jeff. I mean, if I'm going to put 500 plus $80 for a game, I mean, that's a down payment on a giant size X-Men. At least you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'd rather buy something with my money, like a Silver Age or maybe even a Golden Age book that's going to increase in value, man. I mean, God of War comes out. That's what I'm looking for. That comes out next year. So I can wait. I'm not in a rush, man. I'm not in a rush.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no need to rush, man. People want to quickly pre-order and stuff like that. Me, I'm like, I can wait.
Yeah, we can wait, man, and I can even wait. That's what I did when I was younger. My mom wouldn't buy me the first one. No, would always buy me like the second gen or the third gen. So I'll wait, and she'll wait until it's like $20 when the game is $20 instead of $70.
But then
She would
you know,
never-
when a game comes out, game system comes out, and this is a trend as well. The second year that game's out, the second going into the second year, you typically see bundles with games like Sean said. They normally by that time they're greatest hits games. So at that time they're about like $20-$30. And you could probably get a bundle with the game and the game system for cheaper than if you bought it at launch. So yeah.
Yeah, I wait, and then you add on to that, you know, with the bundles, you know, you gotta throw in the accessories too. You know, if you need an extra controller, you know, for
Oh, don't get
family
us
and
started on
stuff.
that, man.
Don't get me
The
started.
controller's another
Controllers drove me
another-
crazy, dude.
I
another
went to
$80.
I went to GameStop before I got home. I mean, because
Oh,
y'all
boy.
good, but I went to GameStop before I came home, and the guy, he's the manager at the GameStop. He
Like I
told
said,
me,
oh
we got
boy.
we got to talking about it because this one guy came in and he was trashing the PlayStation. He didn't know nothing, but because he's a fanboy, he's just all over the place.
Yeah.
But he was saying that even the chargers, you know, they have like the chargers, the charging docks that you could charge up your controllers. Those were sold out. Yeah, I mean the system ain't even come out yet.
Yeah.
And the charging docks are sold out. Like this is crazy, man. So
You know, people want to prepare. You know, they want to set up their nice station for it. You know, so they have to buy everything and get it ready.
on cold.
What's
Yeah,
up,
you're
Steve?
right, Duff. You're right. I mean, but at the same time, man, that's just waste. That's a waste of money. You can
Yeah.
charge up a controller with the USB, a mini USB cable that you can charge your phone with, man. You don't necessarily need no charger for a PlayStation that ain't even come out yet, man. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The whole pre-order thing is just you knew it was coming. Soon as I was like, I can't wait till they announce the pre-orders just to see people lose their minds on the whole thing.
Yep.
Like, oh, I can't pre-order, the site is crashed. They going to Amazon, they going to Target, they going to Best Buy, they going everywhere.
Just watch it. Just watching how crazy. Hey, at least it's COVID. Imagine all those people going to the store and trying to get. Imagine if COVID didn't happen. Imagine all these guys rushing the store just to get it, just a damn pre-order. Not even getting the system. But imagine if the system comes out, how many of these guys are gonna be at the store, punching each
How
other
is it
and
going to be
hogging?
if COVID is still around during
Yeah.
when this thing comes out and
Yeah.
people are going to go line up? They're like, yo, you better stay 6 feet behind me and 6 feet ahead of me. Don't be close,
Yeah.
man. Wear your mask.
Yeah, but I bet you anything we're gonna hear about fights. A lot of fights. You're gonna hear about fights. You're gonna hear about like stabbings and stuff just for the damn system. Watch.
And then you got those people that, you know, you talk about putting the pre-orders up on eBay for astronomical prices. You got people that's just going to buy the console just to sell them. You know,
Well, that's just like saying sneakers too, man. Like Jordans and stuff like that too. Exact same thing. Like when they pre-order those and stuff like that.
It's
that
crazy,
happens
man.
too.
the whole thing is so crazy.
Any type of collecting. We've always had scalpers. You know what I mean? Any type of collecting. It doesn't matter what it is.
I mean, I'm looking here on eBay now. There's a PlayStation bundle
Oh boy.
pre-order.
I don't even want to hear the.
I'm gonna tell you anyway, Jeff. $1,374.99. That's the buy it now price.
Man, that's homeowners insurance, man. That's homeowners
Hey,
insurance prices.
Hey, listen, man. That's a low grade John size X-Men. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
all day long.
All day long.
All day long. $1,300
Oh, yeah.
will get you a low grade John size
That's
X-Men. Or
that's a
possibly
high-
a mid grade.
That's a
No,
high grade. That's a high grade.
no.
This one. That's a little bit of a higher grade of this.
Dude, man, you know what? I will buy. No disrespect
Actually, that's a
to
9.8.
Vampirella. I
Yeah.
will buy 2 copies of that 6.5 that you have before I buy a PlayStation 5, man.
Yeah.
And I don't even collect Vampirella. That tells you a lot. No disrespect to
No,
Vampirella.
No,
I'm
not at all.
I don't take it. Not at
Because
all, man.
I feel like there's more value in that book than
Yeah.
it would be buying a PlayStation for almost triple the amount. You know,
Yeah.
that's crazy, man.
You
Crazy.
can buy 6 of those damn books if you wanted.
Well,
You know
I know we're gonna discuss this tonight, but you got the regular console and then you got the digital console.
Yep.
Oh boy.
You got the regular
boy.
console, the
Yep.
digital console. Okay, so I don't post
My-
as much on. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
My thing is, if it's a digital console, it should be cheaper because you don't got no way to no way to.
Well,
put
it's
disc and nothing
$100
in.
less than the disc one.
Well,
Right.
it should be $200 less, but that's
this,
big.
this is the problem. Okay, so a lot of people aren't paying attention, and the guy at GameStop, we talked about this as well.
Oh boy.
What happened is that when they did the pre-orders, and he's speaking from a GameStop perspective, you know, like I said, Walmart jumped the gun, and then all other retailers fell suit. So the day that came where the pre-orders was supposed to happen, people were actually going to retail stores, Jeff, to pre-order pre-order the system in store, and they were being told we don't have any because they had already started the pre-orders the day before. So that was
because they released them online beforehand.
right. Exactly.
That's what they're doing now. Is they'll early release it online, and they don't tell nobody. If you're not on their email list, you won't know.
But
And
see,
they'll early releases. That's the whole thing.
what was supposed to happen is that the online pre-orders and the retail reorders were supposed to drop simultaneously, right? But it dropped. The pre-orders online dropped the day before.
Yeah.
So when
Or
people go in the retail
semi
store,
like the day before, they'll say midnight. That then midnight the next. They'll say their excuses. Oh, we dropped it
I
at
don't want to
midnight.
interrupt Sean, but Miss G has got something to show you guys.
hey, Miss G,
Oh boy.
Before it hits Instagram. This is pre-Instagram. Introducing the Janky Wellington.
oh wow,
Janky.
It's a hamburger Wellington.
Ooh.
Double layer with sauteed mushroom and onion and 3 kinds of cheese wrapped in a puff pastry.
Now
Wow.
I'm drooling.
And-
I'm actually drooling.
and are those fake fries?
Oh, he's
we,
grilling.
we didn't see that, Rob. We didn't see.
We didn't see.
Oh, and the fries have Popeye's chicken seasoning on it.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Wanted to show you guys before I put it on Instagram.
that looks wonderful.
All right, enjoy, baby.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Oh,
No.
first of all, I got Big Will. Wake up, man.
Yeah, look at Big Will.
Hey, Sean. As of right now, y'all can't say nothing else about me, man. In my
Big Will, total respect. We love you, buddy. You're sleeping like a baby right now. I love it. Oh my God.
Man.
Sweet dreams.
Well,
but the
let's be
thing-
nice and boot him. so
yeah,
so
with
it
the
doesn't.
thing with the PlayStation is that what happened was people were not pre-ordering the digital version because
Right.
the digital version, you know, with the PlayStation 5, the disc version, it was backwards compatible with the PlayStation 4. So if
That's
you had a
why.
library of PlayStation 4 games, you could play them on the PlayStation 5. But after the disc version of the 5 sold out, then people start snatching up the PlayStation 5 digital copies. But the problem with that is that a lot of people, when they get it, they're going to end up finding out that it wasn't what they thought it was going to be. So you're more than likely going to see an influx of those being traded in when they actually.
Not only traded in, a bunch of returns, a bunch of used ones of those, and watch that be the cheapest version of it that we're gonna get.
Here's one for you guys, Dusty. The gentleman that's on your show that has a picture of his mom, he's a big
Larry.
video game fan, right, Larry?
Yeah, he's Deadpool.
I got a little bit of trivia for you. You can actually quiz him and see if he knows it. Who created the DVD technology, Blu-ray technology, DVD?
I know this one.
You should.
I
wanna
think I
say-
know this one.
It was Sony, wasn't it?
No,
It wasn't Sony.
It wasn't Sony.
Phillips.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Phillips. Quiz him on
but-
it tonight and see if he knows it.
Wasn't that the reason why they created the 3DO, the Panasonic 3DO?
Right, and also around the same time, if you remember Super Nintendo, the old Super Nintendo on the back had a jack, had a jack on the bottom, and you could hook it up. It was supposed to be made for their disc program.
That's right.
They never
Actually,
brought it out.
and as a matter of fact, what happened was Sony actually was to partner with Nintendo
Exactly.
for an add-on to the Super Nintendo. That way, the Super Nintendo could use this.
Yep.
And that deal fell through.
Yep.
So that's where we got the first Sony PlayStation.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know a little bit of video games.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do too, dude. It's awesome. Love the classics. Love
That's what's up, man.
Hey, while he's awake, before you fall asleep again,
Yeah,
Big Will, you
Big
want to
Will,
hop
are you
off?
awake, buddy? Big Will,
What?
buddy, you fell asleep quite a few times in the show.
I did.
Oh, dude, yes, you were sleeping like a baby. I was singing to you. We love you, buddy. We did not make fun of you at all. None of it.
Al, I need some shirts for myself too. We need to get together on these.
Well, let me know what you want. I mean, the Burlington that I go to here, they have all kinds. I mean, they have Nintendo shirts, of course. They have PlayStation shirts. They have all kinds of like.
Talking, I am not asleep.
Well, you know what? We can work that out too, man. I am you on Instagram, so we're gonna start a movement with that, man. Matter of fact, I'll make you a shirt because I have a little brother that makes t-shirts.
Awesome.
So I'll make you a shirt. I'll make myself a shirt, and then anybody else that goes to sleep or appears,
We are not a sleep tag team right there.
we'll have the AOK on the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for real, I was asleep.
Yes, Big Will, you were asleep
Mhm.
a couple of times. You were out.
Bro, you was like
I
this,
was
man.
trying to thank you, Big Will, for the Wolverine book. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah,
It was
thank
awesome.
you.
deal.
You bought it.
Yeah, no, seriously, thank you. It was really nice. Delato, I love Delato. Not all.
Yeah, well,
Not
not
all
all of it.
Oh,
His
that one?
his Vampirella is a little bit
Funky.
funky.
Yeah.
It's
But that-
666 of them, and none. I don't think any of them have moved because they're still orderable on Scorpion.
Hey,
But
look,
no.
we got Steve.
hmm
Go ahead, Big Will. What do you say?
No, he said, "What's up, Steve?"
You see Whitey in the house?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Well,
I'm not. I
he's
don't
in
have-
he's in the chat. He's in the chat. He's not in the.
Steve, brother, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, he's in the chat. He had
Yeah,
to work
man,
today.
Yeah,
So-
they calling them on the work on Saturdays, man. It's
No.
ridiculous, man.
So what all I missed?
You didn't miss-
Well, mostly you talked about video games this
Yeah,
last.
we were talking about video games.
Man, I
Video
haven't
games and
played
collecting.
games in a long while. I enjoy them; they're fun. I'm just not much of a gamer.
Yeah. I'm in and out when it comes to video games, especially
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah, me and Puff are in the same boat. We're in and out pretty much.
My game though, of all time, probably in the last 10 years, I played for 4 years straight, literally every day for like 4 or 5 hours a day with Elite Dangerous.
I'm using it for Netflix right now. Netflix,
Elite. That's
everything,
what I use it for. My house was
Amazon.
an entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's entertainment.
that's all I'm using it for.
Yep.
I play sporadically. I mean, I collect video games. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I will say that my collection is nowhere near Sean's brother's collection. He has a collection of megalithic proportion. I thought,
Nice.
I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
man. Oh my God, your brother can open up a store, man. Like for real, like Jesus, like
I know a couple of people like that, man. It's like they don't
He-
collect the
out
comics
of
like
the
us,
two-
but they collect games.
Out of the two, he's the diehard gamer. And, you know, I remember when we were younger, I used to beat him all the time in like Madden and basketball. But then as he got older, he started getting better. And then he started spanking me later on. I was like, oh man, the younger brother has arisen.
man, I'm telling you, I thought I had a collection, man. I don't even say nothing about my collection no more, man, because his brother was J71899 on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I didn't know that y'all. You remember I told you I didn't know that y'all were brothers and everything, because he was actually following me. I said, man, who is Jace? So I went to his page. I'm like, good God Almighty! Like he's like 3 different like collector's editions of the PlayStation 4. I'm like, man, I ain't got but one. Like shit, this is insane. Like I like collecting, but your brother, man, I'm telling you, he like.
Yeah, he's the collector's collector, man.
Bruh, I mean, but you know what? That's to be expected. And I mean, when you collect stuff, and I think the reason why my collection probably is not as extensive as his is that,
Comic books.
I mean, yeah. This is the crazy part. I don't collect. I not only collect comic books, but I collect Funko Pops. I collect records because see, I don't even.
we all do that because I collect statues, replicas of the Green Lanterns. Yeah, so
I mean, but I don't have that many statues, but I collect them when I find one.
Hey.
But
for a good deal, yeah.
I keep telling my brother, man, he gonna be close to Xavier when it comes to those damn Funko Pops, man, because he's building up a collection. I'm like, you ain't gonna be long before you have a wall full. That's
man, and now Xavier, he's one of the panelists on the show.
Yeah.
He has about 600 of them things.
Wow.
And
My
Miss
brother-in-law's
It's full of Funko
yeah.
Pops.
Yeah,
And
my brother-in-law's one. His what was it? Like there's when you walk into the house, there's a little covey part of the house, like right under his room. Dude, that whole covey part is filled with Funko Pop, like all the way up to the top of that thing. So it's all the way across. That thing's like almost like a ledge. It's all the way across, but it's a huge ledge, and it's all the way across, like
And the
it's stacked
crazy-
up to the top. So.
And the crazy part about Xavier's collection is that he has a lot of those con exclusive because Funko Pops are just as they're just as crazy as comic books, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they got like there's this one. It's a metallic Green Lantern. It came out when Funko first started putting out pops, and it's what they call vaulted. They no longer make it. That one pop is worth $3,000.
Yep.
And then they have a headless Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. That's about 5 or 6 G's.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, that's a mid-grade John size X-Men right there.
Yeah, but like I said, you guys start with pops. It's like popcorn. It's like popcorn.
I've been trying to
get
find
one.
that character Mongo, I think his name is, from what was it, Labyrinth? The little troll guy from the mud creature. Can't find him anywhere. I'm trying to finish Laura's collection on that.
What's his name again?
Mongo. He's like a little troll kind of a character, and he was in a Labyrinth on the Pops.
Oh, the Labyrinth movie, yeah.
The Labyrinth movie.
I remember Mungo from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Buddy, I gotta go. Stay puff. You're awesome, buddy, brothers. Jeff, I'm gonna see you later, right?
Yeah, I got my sleep in today, so
Don't do
you'll
that.
see me.
Look at
Yeah.
Will.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so
Anyone have
nice.
any interest in Daredevil #4?
I had interest in your
He's
point.
in his original outfit too, the yellow outfit.
I know that side all too well, man.
Knock it off, Will. I'm not looking at the screen, dude. No. Okay.
There he is, Al. There he is.
Look, you mentioned his brother. You mentioned Sean's brother.
Hey man, Jace, I have not seen those people. I'm sorry, man. Your man. I don't even want to say how many games I got because you'll probably just sit there and go, your collection is nothing compared to mine. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you got some bangers though, Jace, for real, man. Like I'm like sitting there like, golly, man, how can one human have all of this? But
easy. They buy a lot of them and then trade it in and then grab other stuff, man.
Well, you know, one thing, Jeff, I used to trade stuff in until I realized the GameStop wasn't giving me nothing for my stuff.
Right. But I'm saying they resell. Sometimes they'll resell it. Sometimes they'll buy a bunch of them and resell it.
Right.
And get more for it.
But what I've ended up doing over time, I mean, since I collect comics, I'm like, what the hell? If I buy a game, I'm not trading it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm curious. Okay, so this Jace is a big video game collector, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does
It's
he have the
Sean's
number
brother.
one? Okay, good. Does he have the number one track and field with box?
Huh?
The sports one, the track and field with the box? That's
Nah,
the
nah.
most rarest video game out there.
Gee, man, you talking about now that track and field? I know you talking about this for the 8-bit Nintendo, and
exactly.
it came with a pad.
Yep,
that's like a $15,000 game.
Yeah, I know. Does he have that?
No, he don't have that. He don't have that. And if he ain't gonna have a track and field game, that's for sure.
Those classics are so funny because I remember when you were a kid and you buy the box, you would think like the imagery, the artwork was what sold you on the box when you bought the box. I had tons of those boxes. Even all the way back to Atari days. Everybody remembers Atari. Does anybody remember the Dot when it all started?
Sometimes the boxes cost more than the system now.
Yeah, right. I mean, when you were young, man, unless you had someone in your family that collected, who had the wherewithal to save a box?
Right.
My mom.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, aside from your mom, man. I mean, she's not a collector, but I'm just saying, like, you sitting there, man, and you playing the most recent game. You're playing Yard's Revenge. And, you know, that is a game, by the way. G-Man knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
We got my mom and dad bought us an Atari 2600 from JCPenney. I remember the day they brought it home. But anyway, who's going to think of keeping boxes? Just like the toys, like the Transformers, the Thundercats, and I mean, you're like, as soon as you get that toy out the box, you throwing that box away, man.
Box was an evil barrier keeping you away from what you want.
Exactly. And in most cases, you were not kind and you were not gentle to that box. You tore the hell out of that box, and then you just threw it away to the side, man. But
that's like every Christmas morning when you open up all your presents, but wrap it to the side, box to the other side,
everything.
Toy in my hand.
Next thing you know, somebody's got a black trash bag or a big ass bag, and they're just dumping that stuff in there, man. Like,
exactly.
But yeah, that stuff in the box is
man with his rocket. I was all into all rockets and stuff. My mother bought me a huge space helmet, a whole astronaut outfit. I used to have this whole headpiece for astronaut. I'd be running around all day outside playing astronaut, being a spaceman, thinking I was on the moon. And I remember around the same time, that was $6 Million Man had came out with the bionic arm, and you could roll up that piece of skin.
Yeah.
And take the rocket ship and then turn it into an operating table, and you had all the ropes and pipes and everything. I loved that toy when I was a kid.
Hey, Rob.
G.I. Joe, the big ones, not the tiny ones.
With the Kung Fu action grip?
Yeah, Kung Fu grip. Like this, pry it up. Yep. I used to always play. Yeah, my friend, what was it? My next door neighbor friend. She was a town girl. She had her Barbies, so we had Barbies and G.I. Joe together all the time.
I used to have when I was younger, like a bunch of Hot Wheels, man. The Hot Wheel collection, bro. Bro.
Do you realize they're just like comic books, man?
Yep.
The demand for those Hot Wheels are so. I remember I didn't collect them, but I had classmates when I was in elementary school. You remember the Hot Wheels that they had where they had like a little hole in the back, like it was a van, and you could peek in there and it would like be like a ceramic picture and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, them things go for a couple of $100 now, man. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Man, I had like a bag full of those cars after, took them out of the box play. And I used to, be creative and make a little city by using boxes and VHS tapes stacked on top of each other, make my streets and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, look, it was years ago when I go during Christmas time and you see the porcelain houses, for the Christmas stuff. I'm like, God damn, now I'm getting memories of I can get these houses and stuff I used to build. I was like, God damn, where was this shit when I was young, bro?
But see, that's the funny thing of our generation. Just like I used to like Tonka trucks and Tonka the cranes and stuff and play in the mud outside. You put a kid, I put my grandson, this is a real story, you guys. I put my grandson in dirt outside. And I don't get to see him very often. I put him outside and I put a stick in his hand. I go, what is this to you? And he just looked at me. I go, let's play in the sandbox. No idea what I'm talking about. It's a whole different generation. So I teach him something different. Show him something a little bit different.
This is what I'm telling you this. It's this thing where we're sitting in front of is what.
There's more to that. I mean, we're enjoying.
Well, I know that.
But I'm talking about in general. It's sad. You put a stick in a kid's hand today, and it's like, what is this? Yeah, imagination.
Yeah, we used
This
to be
is what their
imaginative
imagination
back
is.
then.
That's it.
That's it right here. This is what their imagination is.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
yeah.
I actually literally, you want to hear something funny? I took some paper, like I went and got this huge roll of like what was it, white paper, and I put it out on the lawn, and I put all these big square pieces out there, and then I went and grabbed a whole bunch of watercolor paints, red,
Oh,
the whole
boy.
rainbow spectrum, and put them in buckets. And I put the buckets out in the paper and weighed the paper down, and took both of my young grandsons and put them down on the ground, and I go, create, have fun. Use your hands, use your paintbrushes. Gave them everything to do. They looked at me like, what? And I go, take your hand, put it in the paint, make something. And boy, after I showed them what to do, wham, there they go. I still got their art pieces from when they did it when they were just little babies. That stuff, get them going. That's how you get these, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm sorry, I just...
But that's how you get less overweight kids too.
Hey, you know, hey, that's a
Hey, Jeff, sometimes that doesn't help with the weight.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, so
real quick, I
But,
got something to say. I gotta go, Sean and buddy Jeff. You're gonna be there tonight.
yes, I am. Because
Okay.
I'll be working on stuff anyways, all the way until the show anyway.
We have a
so.
special guest tonight, Bubs Comics. So I'll just shout it out there right now. He's
Oh,
gonna be on
okay,
the show
okay.
tonight. So he's gonna be
All
on the show tonight. So
It's gonna be fun to see his
Sean,
Tommy
thank you very
gun.
much, buddy. Hey, Puff, Big Will, you guys are awesome. Love you, Sean.
Check your IG.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go. I will. Don't worry, I will. But Dusty, I'm gonna check out your show at 7:00, so I'll be waiting to watch it.
oh, it's at 8:30.
8:30. I'll get your. You'll send the link, right? So I'll be able to see it.
Yeah, I'll send you the
Cool,
link
cool.
to the show.
You guys are awesome. Love you, Sean. Love you guys.
No
See
problem,
you
man.
later.
Peace.
Have a good one, Rob.
Peace, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the show up right here. But
you were worried because you thought it was just going to be me and you, and now we had someone fall asleep. We had Jeff, we had Al, we had Robert. See Wood come in.
We got your back.
Oh,
Yeah,
worse.
you know that. We got your back.
it's all good, man. Hey, I was worried, but I was like, man, we'll passed out, man. I was like, oh, man. I was like, is the screen frozen or is he just knocked out? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it right here. But it was great having you guys on. Big Will, you always the first one here, so thanks for always showing up. You know, Al, you came in with the bangers, and Jeff, you came in just to hang out, man. Awesome, man. So with that in mind, make sure tonight y'all peep Common Call and Roundtable Discussion. I'll be on there with Al, Matt, and Xavier and the crew. We're gonna talk patience as a comic collector, and then of course check
That's
out
gonna be interesting. Patience.
Robert G with Jeff tonight on his show. You know, the Nerdy Collective show.
If my eyelids aren't shut,
They're gonna be open because you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there, Jeff.
Yeah, that was 2 weekends in a row that happened. It's not trying to happen.
You're gonna be there, Jeff.
Yeah.
And then of course tomorrow, Sunday, Silver Age Sundays on Conquistador's channel. Definitely gonna have a fun time there. So this is your boy Sean, Stay Puff. We are signing out for chatting with the comic community. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.